Hello. Hola, ¿cómo estás? I'm very, very happy to be back. I have missed you. Um, yeah, I kind of redid my whole my whole shtick, my whole look on Twitch. It used to be purple, and I now realize that the background to the chat is still purple. I'll have to fix that for next time, but it's fine. Um, yeah. Hopefully I'll be streaming more. Um, I took a break to work out my mental health and whatnot, but then I realized how much I miss live streaming. So I'm back. Yay. Um, I'm kind of excited for today a little bit. One, because I'm back. And two, because I'll be reacting to something that I've been seeing going around for a bit now, which I think I have my own perspective to also offer with what we're reacting to today. So that'll be fun. But I just wanted to say that I'm gonna try to stream once a week from now on, Fridays or Saturdays. We'll see how it goes. Can't make any promises. You guys know this by now. But yeah. So, what I wanted to do was react to this YouTube channel called Girl Defined. I've been seeing a lot on YouTube with people reacting to it, and I recently came across Cody Ko, and I've been watching his videos with Noel Miller, and I watched their reaction to it. I've seen Daz Games' reaction to it. I think that's it. To be honest with you, I'm kind of surprised that Say Goodnight Kevin has not reacted to it, but I guess I'll yell at him as his friend. But yeah, I thought I would give my reaction to it. Girl Defined. I'm still trying to remember my keys. Hold on. Here we go. There you go. So their YouTube channel, it's Christianese, as I like to call it. There's just I don't even have the words yet, to be totally frank with you guys. But there are some interesting gal pals. Anyway, so I've seen people react to it. Oh, I even saw the drag queen Trixie Mattel react to it. And I just realized there's at least the people I follow, which are mostly not Christians, which is fine. have reacted to them. And I also did react to them one time on a stream last year, but I figured I'd really go in depth this time. So what I'm going to be doing is reacting to their most popular videos. And I just want to put a disclaimer that I am a Christian. Mostly, it's complicated. My faith has gone through its bouts, and it's complicated. I've been through a lot of stuff in my life, a lot of heavy stuff that has made my faith a bit more shaky, but I won't go into further details because that's for my therapist. But anyway, uh, just in case some of the followers of Girl Defined are like, oh my gosh, you're just a hater or an atheist or whatever, I can be like, nah, sis, I knew Yeezy from the block, so can't touch me. Also, did you know I am black and therefore you also cannot touch me because black people are never wrong. Anyway, so I wanted to look at their like most popular videos and see what they are, give my thoughts on it from my personal perspective with faith, with being human and not an alien from outer space. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do, and then you guys hopefully will have a good laugh or something. I don't know. I might edit this up and post it also on my YouTube channel, which is the same name as my stream channel, is not Lizzy. And yeah, there's probably other things I meant to mention to you guys, but I honestly can't. I can't remember because I'm just procrastinating, so I don't have to watch. I don't have to watch them. But I guess we should probably watch them. I'm not gonna watch their engagement, like congratulations and whatnot, but I'm not gonna watch that. I rather watch other things and you know what? I really regret. I really regret right about now touching any of this. Why did I do this to myself? Okay. Anyway, I know that there was some. Oh God, you know what? Maybe I won't do the most popular ones. I'll just do ones that I definitely know I can give my thoughts on. Yeah. Okay. Oh God, I don't. I don't. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, guys. No. I don't. Okay, here we go. All right, I can't procrastinate
Hey,
anymore.
it's just Kristen here at Girl Defined today, and in this vlog, I'm going to be personally sharing with you 6 things every Christian girl needs to know before getting married. So I've been married to my husband Zach now for almost 6 years, which is crazy. Like, time has flown. But now that I've been married for 6 years, which still isn't a super long time for some people, I have learned so much since those early days of marriage. And I can even remember back before I got married, the hilarious thing is that I thought I knew so much back then. Like, I remember the wedding day approaching thinking like, man, this wife thing, like, I've got it down. I've read all the books, all the Christian resources, like, I'm gonna nail it. And then I got married and discovered that it was a lot harder to actually live out a lot of the things that I had been reading in real life. And so in this vlog, I just want to share with you, now that I'm looking back on my marriage, the past 6 years, there are some things that I definitely wish that I had worked on more as a single girl before getting married that would have totally helped me in my marriage, especially in that first year. So in this vlog, I want to share those 6 things with you. So number 1, your husband or future husband isn't the answer to your happiness. Now, I know that may seem kind of basic, but I remember back as a single.
Okay, so far, I agree. your spouse, really anybody in your life, is not the key to your happiness. Okay, I can agree with that. I was laughing when she was talking because it just, there's something about Christian women, especially white women, not to make this a stereotype because I'm not a fan of that, but just something about them that they talk a certain way that I just personally find very funny. And I don't know why. I think I'm just a jerk. Anyway,
Girl, I really actually bought into that idea that Zach was going to be the one that would ultimately fulfill me and make me so happy. Even though, as a Christian, I knew, like, okay, God is the source of my satisfaction, unknowingly, I was placing a lot of my expectation and fulfillment on Zach. And so, as a single girl right now, thinking of marriage, you may be thinking, I'm single, and if only I could get a boyfriend or get married one day, get engaged, then I would be finally happy. That guy would be the answer to this hole in my heart. And guess what? I remember feeling that at times too. But the truth is, now that I've been married for the past 6 years, husbands, boyfriends, they do not bring you that ultimate happiness, that ultimate satisfaction that you long for. So if you're getting married thinking that your husband is going to be the source of your happiness, then you're buying into a lie that's only going to lead you down a road of despair, discouragement, and unfulfilled longings, because God is truly the only one that can fulfill us and bring us that inner joy that we desire. And that takes us right into number two, which is this. God is truly your only source of lasting fulfillment. Now, I had to learn this the hard way, unfortunately. So early in my first year of marriage, like I said, I was looking to Zach to be my happiness maker, to complete me, whatever. And so in those moments, I would take my eyes off of God and instead place them on Zach. And that never led anywhere good. It just led to discouragement, and I felt more unfulfilled than before. It's in those moments when in my life, and especially in the past 6 years of marriage, that I've
Austin M. James said that's totally the wrong approach. You can't expect the husband to be the source of your happiness. That's the wife's job. I hope you're joking, because if you are, I think that's funny. Yeah, I agree. Sort of, that God is your fulfillment. I don't know. I personally feel like that doesn't mean that you shouldn't still seek out fulfillment that is more grounded and earthly, I guess. I don't know if that's the right way to phrase it, but yeah, God is your happiness, but there's also nothing wrong with you feeling fulfilled with your purpose, which is really, in my personal opinion, where you find most of your fulfillment and most of your happiness. So the thing is about happiness, or really joy, which is what we're taught about God and everything, is that he gives us joy. The thing about joy, and again, I'm not an expert, I'm not a preacher. I already explained to you that my faith is complicated, but from what I can say from my own personal life is that joy is more of a subtle frequency. That's to say that you're not going to feel these high spikes all the time. That's like in moments of life. But most of the time, it's just this underlining frequency of enjoying and appreciating things. And really, that comes from an exercise of gratitude. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, I guess the thing is, though, this still is an issue for young girls because you focus so much on God, and I know from my experience, you focus so much on your faith that you have no identity out of it, which is why I kind of laugh at channels like this and other types of pseudo Starbucks sipping chicks, is that who have like Bible verses in their Instagram bio, is that you're making Christianity your whole personality and your whole identity. And I know, like, God is your identity, but at the same time, you still have your own identity. And, like, you need to figure out what that is for you. I think this channel is targeted towards young girls, so I am also speaking towards young girls. Figure out who you are, figure out what makes you happy, what makes you fulfilled, what your purpose is, what your passion is, and follow that. I guarantee you do that alone on top of having a decent faith, and that's more than enough to make you happy and make God proud and, all that other stuff. I could be wrong. Some people might disagree with me. I don't care. Those are just my thoughts.
I've seen more clearly than ever that God is truly the only source of fulfillment for me, the ultimate source of satisfaction. Getting married is wonderful, and there's so many joys and
You know, I really wish that she had a numbers thing with her editing so I could skip through this
blessings
faster.
in that. But my
Because I
husband
have
cannot
noticed that from watching Cody Ko and other YouTubers that these women they just keep talking and they don't know how to get to the point, which is amazing because like they have like almost 160K subscribers and they barely edit their videos to keep you engaged. Meanwhile, I've edited videos to keep people engaged and I'm not even at 1,000. So
fulfill me the way that God can. And so when I look to God and I work on a daily relationship with Him through reading His Word, through prayer, when I'm walking in a faithful relationship with God,
that's right, girls or kids, because if you don't read your Bible every day and you don't pray every day, your ticket to heaven is burned. You go to hell. You go to HE double hockey stick. Okay, you heathen.
guess what? I feel so fulfilled and so content more than ever before. And God, He's our creator. He's designed to give us something that earthly husbands, boyfriends, they can't give us. God is the only one who can truly fulfill us. So right now as a single girl, I challenge you, even before you're married, to start working on developing a strong, deep, constant, consistent relationship with God that you can take into your marriage, because that is going to be the thing that ultimately brings you fulfillment. And number 3, you won't magically mature once you're married. So before I was married, I kind of had this idea that like, oh,
Wow, I actually agree with this. What the heck? I need to get freaking the videos that
once
are
you
I've
get
seen
married,
are
you
bad.
suddenly
What
become
the
mature. Now you're basically
What did I
grown
do?
up, and you're a
This is
Mrs. and
it's
all
April
these things.
Fool's
And
on
I just
myself
thought
today.
somehow I was going to be like a different person after marriage, and I imagined that person being really mature, wise, godly, like all these things. And then I got married and woke up the next day, and guess what? I was the exact same person. I was the same girl who had all the same struggles. Oh, as
Okay,
after
I'm sorry. I just want to skip
now,
through. I don't
those
want to be on this all day.
like godly character now. I'll encourage you to look at your life, look at the areas of weakness. Maybe the way you interact with your siblings, like is it godly, is it patient, is it loving? Like look at the way that you interact with friends. Are you self-focused, are you others focused? Whatever it is, look at your character, look at your actions.
To be honest with you, like this is still basic stuff though. Like I've gone through a lot that has required me to have some deep, serious self-reflection, therapy, um, reading books about self-development. I recently finished reading or listening to the audiobook of 12 Rules for Life by Dr. Jordan Peterson. Great book, definitely recommend. Um, you know, it takes a lot more than just looking to the Bible for your guidance and help of being a person and being a good friend or a responsible individual. You're not going to get all of that from the Bible, at least not right away, especially if you're young. You need people older than you who can break it down and explain things to you. Just life, not the Bible. Like, just explain life to you. And, yeah.
And analyze that and see, where do I need to grow? Where do I need to become more godly? Because that the woman that you are before you get married is the exact same woman that you're going to be after you get married. And number 4, being totally independent doesn't create marital unity. So just like you, I'm growing up in this culture where we're being told as women that we need to be totally independent. It's our way or the highway. We need to make a name for ourselves. We don't need anybody. We can do it all on our own. That's really the mindset of our culture that we as women are encouraged to embrace. But sadly, when you get into marriage, that kind of super extreme independent mindset doesn't really work. It doesn't create marital unity. Instead, you come into marriage, and I did this, you come into marriage with more of like a competition mindset. Like you start to view your husband when you disagree as almost a competitor. And rather than working together as a team and striving for unity, striving to be selfless and serve the other, you instead demand your way and demand things.
Okay, I kind of agree with this, but she's really riding a line. That's why I started making that lemon juice face. I agree that being extremely independent is not okay in a marriage, but I don't think Okay, I'm making an assumption about people. I'm giving people the benefit of the doubt here, which might be my error. But I don't think people really go into a marriage thinking, I'm going to totally, it's all about me. Otherwise, you just wouldn't get married. You would stay single, you know? I don't know. I just feel like you're still independent when you're in a marriage. Like, if anything, that's more of the problem, at least within the Christian community, is to make this idea that you become dependent on each other. Like, you do, but to the level of which you get lost in their identity or them, and you're not still yourself, and you still don't have your own desires and purpose and responsibilities. That to me is not okay. Then again, I'm not married, so I take what I say with a grain of salt. I kind of agree with what she says, but again, it seems so far the main issue, at least with this particular video, I could be wrong in another video of theirs, that all they're saying is such shallow, trivial fluff stuff that's not really going to actually help a girl or any young person that is struggling in their faith and also thinking about dating or marrying or whatever, identity, individuality. All of this is fluff stuff. This is not going to help anybody, I don't think. Deb CK said, been listening so far and agree with you so much. Girl Defined give off an impression to me of a squeaky clean lifestyle, which hides the flaws and thus acting proud about it, at least in my opinion, in theory. I agree. That's why I don't like just their vibe. It's the vibe alone, okay? The vibe. It's off. Like, I went to church with people like this back when I was younger and a teenager and stuff. Like, it's off. Nobody is perfect, innocent, Christian enough. Okay? No one. Okay? We all got skeletons in our closet. Don't even lie to yourself. This is why I don't like channels like this, because I don't see the point of having them. It's better that you just go watch my friend Say Goodnight Kevin and watch him give honest, more objective perspectives on Christian films than to watch these chicks try to tell you advice about life that is both fluffy and probably a bit unrealistic. But it's not too unrealistic yet, so I'm not gonna be mean just yet. But I'm instant. I'm itching to be mean. I can't help it. I'm a bad person.
Demand your rights. And so for me, if I could just encourage you, if there's something I wish I had worked on more before.
Demand your rights. I mean, if you're in a bad relationship, then oh my gosh, yes. Any relationship, good or bad, should have boundaries. And that's a good thing. Like, this is what I can do. This is what I can't. And then your partner says, this is what I can do. This is what I can't. And then sometimes you compromise and other times you don't. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe that's not what she's talking about, but I want to clarify that because... yeah.
Marriage, it would be to have cultivated more of a selfless, others-focused heart instead of such an independent, self-focused mindset. So I encourage you, instead of embracing what the culture says a strong woman is, instead embrace what God says a strong woman is.
I'm a woman. If you get that reference, you get a cookie. The thing is, I agree. And yet, I still feel weird about it. It's like when Kim Kardashian said what she said about people needing to work hard. It's like, I agree with you, but it's kind of coming out your mouth, so I don't like it. You know what I mean? It's like, yes, but also, not from you. Not from you. I'm sorry. Just no. No. Okay? Chiron56 said, what up, what up? What have I missed? We are reacting to Girl Defined because I'm trying to decide if I'm godly enough and whether or not I'm going to hell. So that's what we're reacting to. So far, they haven't said anything too crazy, but we're just getting to the tip of the iceberg. Something tells me it's gonna get worse. I might react to some of the videos I saw other people react to because there were some opinions they gave that I agree with, and then some opinions they didn't give that I would have given. So we might do that after this video's done. If they can stop talking so long.
For his truth, but also a woman who is such a dependent mindset. And number 5, domestic skills are extremely useful. Now, I know some of you might be thinking like, okay, what in the world domestic skills? Like, what does that even mean? Well, back in my early years of marriage, I had some domestic skills. Like, I could do dishes and I could make a few meals. But honestly, like, I didn't have a ton of skills. Grocery planning, like budgeting, how to like clean and do things real efficiently, how to manage and run an entire home, scheduling, like all of these things I was honestly not very good at, because before I got married, I kind of viewed those things as lesser than. And so I didn't put a lot of time and practice into developing a lot of domestic skills. And honestly, when you get married, you are going to realize like, wow, so much of your life is centered around where you live, your home. And in God's word, we actually see that God places a high value and importance on the home, and specifically calls women to be good keepers of the home. We see in Titus 2, and God also commands hospitality all throughout the scripture. And so if there's one thing I could go back and work on, it would honestly be so many of the essential domestic skills that will become so highly valuable if you develop them in your future marriage. And number 6, selflessness.
I was gonna give her, I was gonna be nice. All right, this is where I get to start to be mean now. Okay. I personally believe that domestic skills should be for everybody. Okay? I feel like, man or woman, you should know how to do your stanky laundry, wash your dirty dishes, clean the filthy toilet, and so on and so forth. Now, that's not to say that when you get married, you decide that, like, he does the trash, or he does the dishes, you do the laundry, or you clean the bathroom. That's fine. That's for y'all to figure out. I'm not in your marriage. I'm not a marriage counselor. I'm barely human. However, I definitely do not agree that women should be in charge of all household and domestic situations. That's a no-no in my book. Sorry, for me personally. Someone could try to convince me otherwise, try to read me a bunch of scriptures. I don't care. This is the 21st century. You're a grown-ass man. You should know how to do certain things. I'm not doing everything here. That's just not how this is going to go. On top of taking care of our children, you also want me to clean the whole freaking house. Are you joking? Please tell me you're joking. Now, some people might disagree with me. That's fine. I am all about free speech and agreeing to disagreeing. It's totally fine. But what I don't agree with, okay, is that just because you say something doesn't mean I also don't have a right to critique it and disagree with it as well. Yeah, this is going to be a no for me, Alex. Yeah, no, I don't agree with this at all. I don't like this perspective at all in the Christian community, that the woman is in charge of all the household things on top of raising kids, which, by the way, is not an easy thing at all. I just don't agree with that. I just don't, okay? I didn't grow up around that anyway. You know, my dad would do the laundry, and my mom would cook and clean the dishes, and various other roles that they decided between each other. It wasn't my mom doing everything. That's literally impossible. Anyway, my rant's over. Sorry. I was waiting. I knew there had to be something that they were going to say that I was going to be like, and here we go. And let the tiger out. All right. Look at that face. Isn't that funny? Oh, Bethany. No, honeys. You can't do all the slaving. You're not Cinderella. Okay?
This is the key to a vibrant marriage. So Zach and I always joke, because before we got married, we would have considered ourselves to be pretty selfless. And then after we got married, it's like we woke up and I don't know what happened. Someone stole my brain because I suddenly became the most selfish person on the planet. And Zach would say the same thing about himself. And I think what happens is that you wake up and now you're on this other side of marriage, and you have this other person who's actually a sinner, and you're a sinner, and now there's a conflict of interest. You both see things differently. You're a man and a woman, and so you approach so many things in life quite differently, and you start to like want your way more than ever. And now to give sacrificially, to just, say, hey, it's okay, we can do things your way, that becomes really hard as you're living day in, day out with this same person. And so I want to encourage you as a single girl to really start cultivating a heart of selflessness, an others focused heart, because that is.
No, I don't agree with that. Ginger, can you step down, please? I need to rant. Thank you. I don't think that you should have selflessness. I think you should be gracious. But grace is not enabling. Okay? Okay? I need people to really hear me because I've been saying this lately and I feel like not enough people understand this. Grace is not enabling. Okay? You hearing me? Grace is not enabling. Being selfless is not honorable if you let people step on you. That's not going to help anybody. Being a people pleaser is not going to help anybody. Being codependent is not going to help anybody. You need to have boundaries, you need to have standards, and you need to say no. You need to do what works best for you, because in order to change the world, in order to change someone else's life, you got to focus on yourself first. And this is where we're probably really going to start to knock heads, me and Bethany here. I don't know what her real name is the fact that you have to take care of yourself, your mental health, your spirituality, your identity before you can help anybody else. Before you can be selfless, you do need to be self-aware and a bit selfish. Now, that's not to say that you never lend a hand to someone that needs help while working on yourself, but it definitely does not mean you go out of your way to just sacrifice yourself to people. You should not be a sacrifice to people. You should be a blessing to people. You should be a friend to people. You should be anything outside of a doormat, which is, again, something that's taught in the Christian community that I don't agree with. I just had to give my rant.
The key to a vibrant marriage. When you and your future husband are both seeking to serve one another and love one another sacrificially, that is when marriage is just thriving, when it's vibrant. For Zach and me, that has been so true in the past 6 years. When we each have an others.
Yeah, but it sounds like she's doing all, like, the work. Like, okay, I'm going to say something controversial, but no offense, a guy that goes to his job, like, he gets paid for that. You don't get paid to wash the dishes. You don't get paid to raise your kids. Now, that's not to say that that's why you should raise your kids or do the dishes. But one is a bit more feasible, more easy to deal with than the other because mullahs, if we're being honest. But you can disagree. It sounds like she does all the work at home. He goes to work, comes home. Okay? I don't agree with that. That she doesn't participate in helping her around the house. I don't agree with that at all. But I also do not agree with the fact that you need to tell single chicks to be more selfless. To be honest with you, when you're single, that's the best time to be selfish. Okay? You're selfless when you're married. You're selfless when you have kids. At least when you're single, you can be more selfish. This is the time to be more selfish, not selfless. Now, again, that's not to say to not help people, to not be gracious, but you should not be enabling people. You should not be going, like, out of your boundaries to help people, especially if it hurts you, because then in the end, you're not really helping anyone. But that's me. I don't know. Deadshot J456 said hello. Hello. Welcome.
Focus mindset. Our marriage is awesome, but when we both give into our selfishness and instead look at how we can get rather than give, our marriage really suffers and we really struggle. And so I want
this language is too easy to be manipulated. Like, let's say she doesn't want to do the dishes because she's already cleaned the whole freaking house. And her husband, Dan, is like, you're being really selfish. Like, do you see what I mean? Like, this could easily turn into something dangerous and toxic. It just, I don't like
I
it.
encourage you right now as a single girl,
Did you
even
get
if you
number
think you're not
6?
that now, to start looking for ways in how you are being selfish and then pray and ask God to help you instead have a
No.
selfless, others-focused heart and start cultivating that?
Bite me. No. 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 This is too vague. This is too vague. This is what I said about the fluff. This is too vague. This is too fluff. You have to give more specific situations, because God forbid that, like, a girl, like, is dating a guy and he wants her to break a boundary that she's not willing to break. And he's like, you're being selfish. And now she's like, oh no. Oh God, please don't let me go to hell because I'm being selfish because I won't give him the cooch. No. Well, I get censored on Twitch for that. I don't know. Anyway, this is just, it's too vague. This is what's starting to bother me now. The parts where they're being specific, I'm starting to disagree with. But then a lot of this video was just vague fluff. So it just is going to confuse people. And it'll do more damage than good. Which is why it's better to just not make these videos, or make these videos with a bit more intention.
And working on that right now in your family and with your friend groups. So there you have it. 6 things that every Christian girl...
Was that 6 things? I thought we only covered 5. I zoned out. I went somewhere. I don't know. Whew. I don't know where I went. I went somewhere though. Okay. Look at that header. Look at that. I want to go to their Instagram real quick if you guys don't mind. Potato Girl 5410 said, "Oh my God, hi. Hello. I've missed you all. Welcome to my chaos. Hello." Oh God, here we go. Discovering God's good design for womanhood. There's a bad design for womanhood. Maybe we should talk about that. With sisters Kristen Clark and Bethany Beal. Bro, I was joking. One of their names is actually Bethany. All right, well, the stream's over. Goodbye. Oh boy. DM the word book for our free book club. Whoa. Oh my gosh, look at them. They're so quirky. Oh my gosh, look at them. Why is their fashion taste so boring? Chicks like this, their fashion sense is so boring. Anyway, I'm gonna get off here because I'm gonna turn into an asshole real quick. Anyway, let's see. Okay, I wanted to talk about there was the one about makeup that Trixie Mattel reacted to, and then there was also one about liking boys. Let's see. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, girl defined makeup. Yeah, here it is. How? Girl defined. How to wear makeup in a God-honoring way. All right, so are we ready for this? I don't want to do this. I quit. I don't want to do this. Why did I agree to do this? Who allowed me to do this? Okay? I need a parent. I should not be allowed to do this. Oh God, let me take this off. I'm getting hot. They're probably going to say what I'm wearing is not godly. I don't care. Anyway, all right, so we're going to learn how to wear makeup in a God-honoring way. I'm wearing makeup, if you can't tell. Put some foundation, some eyebrows, some eyeliner, so I don't look like an Asian person with no eyes. I'm joking. I put some mascara and some lip gloss, and that was about it. The rest is natural. El natural. Okay? So, all right, let's... I don't want to.
Hey guys, it's Kristen and Bethany here with Girl Defined Ministries.
I don't know why
in
that...
today's vlog, we're going to be sharing with you something fun and practical. How to wear makeup in a God-honoring way. Thinking back to when we first started wearing makeup and really just experiencing with makeup,
Why is the
we
video
get
quality
like
so
literally
bad?
a comedy show just
that
watching
me
our
or
old
them?
videos and looking at our pictures because we had no idea what we were doing.
It's a nightmare.
Oh, like I think I started out first of all with like this bright like purple eyeshadow. Remember the purple eyeshadow?
It was
shiny.
shiny.
It was like shiny
Shimmery.
That's all I wore, just like
I remember
purple eyeshadow. Like wow, I'm not sure what I was thinking. So I'm sure you look back on some of your pictures when you're younger and think,
Oh,
wow,
goodness.
what was I doing? But I remember as I got a little bit older, we both went through.
Oh, I see. This is girl deleted. Did they delete it? Oh, they deleted it. They deleted it. Oh, they deleted it because Trixie Mattel made fun of it. Sorry.
Hey guys,
Sorry.
it's Kristen and Bethany here
I'm
with
sorry.
Qualified
I'm like
Ministries,
ADHD.
And in today's vlog, we're going to be sharing with you something fun and practical. How to wear makeup.
All right, we get it. We got it.
Purple eyeshadow. Like, wow, I'm not sure what I was thinking. So older, we both went through this phase that we call the raccoon phase, where we thought that more eyeliner was better. Like,
Yeah, but everybody goes through that phase of like looking like Bucky Barnes from the Winter Soldier. So
we thought as much as we could possibly get on our eyes, like the better it would make us look. And so I remember one time we put so much on, and we just thought like, wow, this is awesome, because we didn't know.
wow, they have Apple watches. Don't you know Apple? It's the Illuminati symbol because, you know, Eve bit the apple and, you know, Steve Jobs worshipped the devil or something. So now Apple is of the devil. So anybody that has an Apple technology is of the devil. So I guess they're not godly enough.
What we were doing. We didn't know how to wear makeup. And we were at this conference, and I remember this, we were talking to these
Don't
these
tell
girls,
them.
and their dad came over, and he was like being super sweet, and he's just kind of commented. Do you remember this? And he's like,
Oh,
hey girls,
yeah.
like y'all are such beautiful young women, but just like kind of a thought, like maybe if you wore less eyeliner, it would maybe enhance your natural features even more. And we were kind of like, what is this random dad like really giving us makeup?
I would have found it weird that a grown-ass man is telling girls about makeup. Like, that's weirder. That's the more concerning part. Why are you talking to young girls about their makeup and how their faces would look better without so much makeup? That's weird.
We
Good
thought we
advice.
knew everything.
Oh, you
about
know,
makeup.
like when you're young, you think you know it all. And so that was a very humbling experience.
Well,
Just
because yes, because it was our makeup wasn't just like eyeliner. I wear eyeliner now, but it was like
we're talking, I mean,
rat.
raccoon. Like, it was like black circles. So, thankfully, we learned more isn't always better. And as we got older, we continued to learn and grow in our understanding of makeup. And then we started asking, like, what does God think about makeup?
Yeah.
What do other wise, godly women say about makeup?
What does God think about makeup? What does Jesus, what does he say in his word? Doth not wear the raccoon eyeshadow, for it leads to the road of damnation. And that is Psalm 156, 72.
So we did a lot of research, and in this video, this is going to be down-to-earth fun. At the end, we're even going to share, we're going to open up our makeup bags and
Yes.
just give you some of our favorite, like show you some of our favorite products that we like to use. So we hope you find this practical and helpful as we talk about, really, how to wear makeup in a God-honoring way.
So for me, when it comes to most things in life, I want like black and white answers. I'm very black and white, and I want to know what's right, what's wrong. Just tell me what to do, and I'll follow it. And when it comes to makeup, I kind of wanted the same thing. Like wear this, wear you can wear lipstick but no eyeliner. Okay, great, I can do that. Just give me the guide, and I will follow it. But when it comes to the Bible, there are certain things that the Bible is very clear about. Like, okay, having sex before marriage. That is a black and white answer. The Bible is very clear that sex should be saved through the marriage bed alone between one man and one woman. Like, there's no questions. And for me, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I can follow.
It should be, but if you don't do that, you're not like you're gonna be okay. Like, you're not going to hell. That's what I mean. I think it's cool to be abstinent, whatever. Sure, but like if you don't do it, you're not going to hell. It's not the end of the world. You're gonna be okay. In and out, breathe. In and out, in and out, in and out.
That. But then when it comes to something like physical boundaries in a relationship, the Bible, maybe in a dating relationship, the Bible isn't like, okay, you may, have 2 inches between you, one holding hand, and that's it. It's like, it doesn't give that. It gives you the wisdom and the principles, and you see the black and white.
The thing is, though, there are different ways to have sex that don't involve intercourse. So that also just opens up Pandora's box, but I won't get into that because I don't care.
Saving sex for marriage, but besides that, it's like, you know, you kind of have to dig deep and use the wisdom that it offers. And in a lot of ways that can be hard because you want the black and white sometimes. And so when it comes to the area of makeup, what we have to do is we have to take what scripture says about it, and then when we have to use...
Notice how they take forever to get to the point. Oh my god. I could never go 3 minutes into a video before not getting to the point unless I was like promoting something. I could not get away with that. People are so quick to stop watching my video. Okay, now it's getting personal. Never mind.
To as wisdom to kind of guide us and to kind of make decisions using what the Bible says, not adding to it, but not taking away from it.
You mean
But also not misinterpreting it or molding it into what we think it says or how it fits our lifestyle or how it fits our personal convictions about certain things or our own perspective philosophy about makeup.
the Bible doesn't have in the back with the maps, like a guide for makeup, like tutorial?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have that in the back? Come on.
I wish that would be nice, like the perfect...
LOL. Lawful. Lamau. It's so funny. Lamau.
Totally makeup. Yeah. Or nothing. But it doesn't do that. I'm sorry, this is so down to earth and casual, y'all. We're just having way too much fun with y'all. But we're hoping to share with you one of the main verses that we've read on the topic of makeup. A lot, the verse you've probably heard before. Kind of discuss it, what we believe it means, and then hopefully gain some wisdom from that verse.
So there isn't one specific verse that talks directly about makeup, but there are a lot of verses that talk about our design as women and then our design as Christians and how we can best honor God in our lives. So the verse that we've really looked at and that we're going to look at today really quickly comes from 1 Timothy 2:9 through 10. And this is something I'm sure you've all heard, but just listen up because the context is really interesting. It says, likewise also that women should adorn themselves in respectable apparel, with modesty and self-control, not with braided hair and gold or pearls or costly attire, but what is proper for women who profess godliness with good works. And so you might think, okay, wait, is this verse saying we can't wear like pearls or costly attire? Like, what does this mean? But when you dig into the context,
I mean, the way that you guys interpret things, yeah, I would think that's what it was saying. If I didn't understand that the Bible is based on context and culture and history. But no, yeah, definitely. Don't wear pearls. This is why Martha Wayne was killed.
Of this verse, and you get at the heart behind what is trying to be communicated in this passage, what we see is that this was being written actually and directing towards the Christian women of that day, back in the day, in their culture, in their context. And what was happening is that there were a lot of women who would dress in ways, the pearls, the costly attire, that's referring to a lot of the ungodly women of the day. Really, the temple prostitutes would often dress in these kind of ways. And so essentially what this passage is saying and trying to communicate to even us as women today in our modern day is, hey, God's women, Christian women, should dress and act and look a way that represents holiness, that represents purity, that represents women who are set apart, women who reflect God in a beautiful way, but do it in a way with purity and holiness and hearts of humility. And that's where it should start, in our hearts. And so we can take that context and say, okay, for today, our outward appearance, God cares about. More so, he cares about our heart. And our hearts should, out of that, overflow how we dress, how we act. But it's so much more than makeup. It's makeup, it's clothes, it's everything about us. God wants us as women, as Christian women, and the portrays the doesn't make it some the hard just
a God-honoring way, but we need to realize, like, we were created
God
to
made
be
us
beautiful
this way.
creatures. Yes, we are. That beauty is a good and wonderful thing, and I am like as girly girl as they come, like to the core. I am like sparkles and pink, and that's just the way personally Kristen's not is.
Why is it when we see chicks like this, they are always dressed like little girls? I mean that shit. Like, what? Look at them. Look at their hair. Look at how they're dressed. They look like little girls, not grown women. And I can say this, finally, as a grown woman. Yeah. Braids hair thing, whatever, that you have when you're a little girl, such modest clothes to the point that, like, you can't see the body. And don't get me wrong, like, I wear loose t-shirts too, but still, jewelry is minimum or none, which again, I don't always wear jewelry, but like, you know what I mean? Like, they have chicks like this, and when I mean like this, I don't necessarily mean white chicks. I mean Christian chicks. They dress like little girls, and it's so weird, especially since they were saying that the older guy before was commenting on their makeup and how they use it. Like, that's weird. That is weird. Okay? Like, I've seen this enough times. It's weird. It is so weird. You two are grown. Why are you dressed like you're on the playground in like 3rd grade talking about High School Musical and Zac Efron? What? Okay. Chiron 56 said to show the illusion of innocence, I think. Honestly, yeah. But the thing is, that's weird. Because it's the same issue people have with anime and how young girls are portrayed. Is the same issue here of just like trying to show innocence in a physical way instead of, like they said, internally. You're doing it outwardly, and you are way too naive to not know that there are creepy people in this world. Or maybe that's their husband's kink. They like young girls, which won't at all backfire later in life. Okay.
Much that way, but we both love to enjoy the beauty that God gave to us. And with makeup, we kind of view it as like, well, we do live in a fallen world, and along with that, we get some relief.
Yes, we do live in a fallen world. I don't know, every time when I hear that phrase, it makes me laugh. Because for some reason I start thinking of Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen, or Fall. I don't know. Oh, God. I'm getting delirious, guys. This video is killing me.
Really dark circles, we get some acne, some pimples. Does
Blemishes.
anyone still in our late 20s and now 30s pimples? What in the world? And so we view just like deodorant, we use that to freshen up, or toothpaste to freshen that breath, or whatever, lotions when we have
brush
real
our
crusty
hair.
skin. Brush our skin. We kind of view makeup for us in that same sort of way. So if we have dark circles, we might cover them. And
I know I said this about the Twilight, but like, it's really not a smart idea when you're pale to also have your wall behind you white, which is saying something, because my wall kind of looks creamish tan and we see the color of my skin. But oh boy, I think maybe if the one chick to the right wasn't wearing such a camouflage shirt to the wall, it wouldn't bother me as much. But I'm literally trying to focus and remember that there are two people and not just like pink lips moving.
honestly, we both just enjoy makeup, enjoy enhancing the beauty that God has given us. So that's kind of our view on it, and that's what we love.
Look at her nail polish, it's black, like emos who worship this Satan. They are secretly satanic. It's a trap. It's a trap.
Just don't feel like your beauty is a bad thing, or like, oh, I can't enjoy the beauty the way that God designed me. Like, oh, I need to hide it, or this is a bad thing.
Yes, and that even enhancing it is a bad thing. That, oh, well, if God gave us natural beauty, then we should just leave it. But I think he gave us natural beauty. But like you said, we live in a fallen world, so enhancing it even highlights that. I think can highlight it even more.
Yeah.
I don't understand with what living in a fallen world has to do with makeup. That's like saying we're living in a zombie apocalypse, which is why my new collection of green zombie eyeshadow is what you need to survive. It's like, what does one have to do with the other? I can't do this. I can't do this. I don't know if I'll make it through to the end. I need to go to a different video. I can't do this. What is a fallen world? Okay.
Fun. It's super, super fun. And so because we have so
God.
much fun in this area, we thought it would be really fun to show off some of our favorite products. Now, we are not makeup professionals.
Okay, out of a 15-minute video, they're at the 8-minute mark and they're just now showing the makeup. I cannot get away with this as a small YouTuber. If I don't get to the point within freaking 5 seconds, let alone 30 seconds to a minute, who's gonna watch my video? No one. They somehow got away with this. This in itself is ungodly. I said it. It's ungodly. It is slothness, and that is a deadly sin. This is ungodly.
Professionals or
Checkmate.
makeup pros, but we just want to share with you a few things that we use that are really fun to help us enhance our God-given beauty. We have been wanting to do this for a really long time. We know a lot of you have asked for makeup tutorials, and so
All right.
look somewhat awake each day. This stuff, I just kind of put it underneath and all around, really just these, you know, the raccoon section, to make my face look alive. So this is one product I really like to use. And just so you know, we are not getting paid. This is not an advertisement of any way, anything. It's just stuff that we enjoy using. So one of my favorite products is actually a newer product I started using this year, and I love it. My sister Susanna introduced it to me, but it's Clinique Foundation, and so it's Clinique Beyond Perfection.
I used that foundation. Oh no, I'm using godly makeup. Yay! I think. I don't think this is a good thing. Oh no. Oh no. I'm not kidding. I'm dead serious. Give me a second. Oh no. Oh god. Hold on. I did a post recently on my Instagram. This one, so that you know I'm not lying. Here it is. Say I'm not lying. Oh. Oh. This is where I am not happy to know that I'm godly. I'm very embarrassed with myself. How dare I? I need to listen to more corpse music so I can be less godly. Oh, God.
Foundation plus concealer, 2-in-1. And I use the color 0.5 Breeze because my skin is very, very white.
No kidding. It's fine. It's fine. We all have our different skin tones. It's okay. It is a nice foundation, and I am also not sponsored by Clinique. Although the way I'm trying to get into modeling, I might be sponsored someday. But it's a nice foundation. It does a 2-for-1, which is nice. So you don't have to do as much makeup and everything. And yeah, I would recommend it if you want, maybe. I don't know. Why am I talking about makeup? It doesn't matter.
And so this is something, it's great. It is cheaper than like a MAC product, but it's not like a drugstore product necessarily, but it lasts forever. I've been using this for months and months, and I am just scraping it. I love that. And I'm still using it. So Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation is a product that I really, really like. Since we both have such fair skin, we don't have a lot of color in our faces, and so something we both use and I love to use is bronzer. So just take a little brush,
Of course they do.
and once you're all done with your makeup, I just kind of put this on. I actually use this instead of blush. I know you do
I use
blush,
blush too.
but bronzer.
Like I said before, for my makeup in particular, I use the Clinique Foundation. I use the eyebrows because by the time you put the foundation on, your eyebrows kind of, you don't see them as distinguished. Whatever. I use eyeliner, mascara, and like lipstick or whatever. It's not all Clinique. It's some L'Oreal, some Revlon, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. The point is, I personally feel like your makeup routine should be simple. Not all this extra stuff. I'm not really into the whole bronzer and Kim Kardashian stuff. Not saying that there isn't a place for it in like modeling, sure. Every day, why? At that point, you're starting to change what you look like. And instead of them just getting a very pale foundation, they could have just gotten a foundation that was slightly darker. But that's just me. I'm not watching any more of this. I'm tired. Anyway, okay, so there was Okay. All right. I'm going to watch this video and then I'm going to watch the one about dating because that one I saw from Dad's Games and I thought was hilarious. But I
Hey,
wanna
it's
watch
Kristen
this
and
one
Bethany
first.
here with Girl Defined Ministries. And in today's vlog,
Potato Girl 5410 says, I've honestly been looking for a 2-for-1. Now I have mixed feelings about this stuff. Maybe I can put it on while listening to Corpse and that will balance it out. Yes. Yes. Yeah, you got to listen to Daywalker with Machine Gun Kelly on top of Corpse, so it really balanced it out with the ungodliness. Um, yeah. Okay, so this one's called Why Christian Girls Should Be Beautiful but Not Seductive. Not a little seductive. You don't want to be too seductive. Because this is definitely seductive what I just did. Why am I single? I don't know.
we're going to be talking about why Christian
Yes,
girls should be
Rebels.
beautiful but not seductive. So the reason that we really wanted to film this video today is because in the past, whenever we've posted blogs or posts on the topic of modesty or maybe true beauty, and we're using our beauty as women to reflect Christ's glory, or even topics like,
Do they ever wear anything besides pink lipstick? I know I'm nitpicking, but it's because they're boring me. And I'm starting to notice different details. Do they ever... Why have they not changed their background? That's the other thing. The video I saw was in like 2020, maybe? I don't know. But this one's in like 2017. Why have they not changed the background to something else? I don't understand. But also, they keep having pink lipstick. Are they afraid that red lipstick is of the devil? Is that what it is? Or are they afraid that the red lipstick will show truly how pale they are? And that they look like Edward Cullen? That's what I want to know.
modesty, purity, anything along those lines, it seems like it never fails that we always, as we scroll through the comments, we always come across a few comments that read something like this. Christian girls can post whatever images they want if it makes them feel beautiful. Or being beautiful and seductive are the same things and there's nothing wrong with it. So
Okay, I agree with the first part. I agree with the first part, which is chicks can do whatever they want. That's just my personal opinion. Your convictions, your modesty, or whatever, provocativity is up to you. It's you and your whatever. I don't know where I was going with that. It's on you. Nobody should be telling you what to wear, what to do, whatever. Okay? Beauty and seductiveness, they're not the same, but they can overlap each other. Because, as I've said before, a girl could wear a paper bag and a guy is still like, oh my God, she's so beautiful. I can't. If she doesn't stop right now, I'm gonna make babies with her. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it doesn't matter what you wear. A guy could still be like, oh, I'm stumbling, I'm sliding, I'm slipping, I'm slowing, I'm slewing, I'm going. I can't. Oh, God, help. Attraction. So it doesn't matter. Like, you could be the most, like, they're probably, like, wait, hold on. Why is the one on the right dressed like a covert lesbian? I said it. Why? The other one on the left is dressed like a middle school girl, which we've been over this. Why are you dressing like girls? I don't. But why is she dressed like a covert lesbian? Like a cowgirl lesbian. Okay, anyway. I'm gonna get canceled. It's fine. Nobody cares about me. Anyway, what was I saying? I totally cut myself off. Oh yeah, being beautiful and being seductive, they intertwine with each other. They're not the same, but they can intertwine with each other. That's what I was trying to say.
So the more we've seen comments,
Yeah.
it seems like they're popping up more and more and more and becoming really common. It's just really caused the two of us to take a step back and realize, wow, in this modern day and age, it really does seem like modern Christian girls are merging the terms beautiful.
Her and that Apple Watch. Why? I don't know why it's a pet peeve of mine. I don't care for them. Anyway.
And seductive, and to a lot of girls, they think that those things mean the same thing.
Now, we believe that there really is a massive difference between the word beautiful and the word seductive. And not just because it's our opinion. We're saying we don't want girls to be seductive or we don't want girls to be beautiful. The two of us think beauty is an awesome, wonderful thing. Not because we think it, but because of what we see in God's word. And now when we open up the Bible, we see passages like Proverbs 31, Titus 2, or even women that God highly praises. But he says, yes, they were beautiful, but he praises them for their character. And then we see something completely different. If you flip over to chapters like Proverbs 5, Proverbs 7, you see women who are very beautiful, but who have taken their beauty and twisted it for something completely different. And the Bible says these women are seductive. Their hearts are full of self-focusedness, trying to draw people to them in a way that is not honoring to me. And so it doesn't say beauty and seductiveness are the exact same thing. It says, yes, there are beautiful women. I created beauty. It can be a great and wonderful thing if you...
Why do they always take so much freaking time to get to the point? It's a gift. It is a gift from God. Oh, God.
In purity, in holiness for my glory. But seduction, drawing people's attention to yourself, drawing people's eyes to yourself in a way that is not holy, that is not pure, that is not honoring to Christ, is not a good thing. And we see that very clearly in chapters like Proverbs 5 and Proverbs 7.
So we just want to take a few minutes to really break down the difference between the word seduction and the word beauty.
The thing is, whatever they're about to say, I guarantee you I'm probably not going to agree with most of it. The other thing is, how did they know that what they're wearing right now somehow, I don't think would, but somehow is not also seductive? Like, it's relative. It is. The opposite of objective. It's subjective. You can't, like, this is a matter of philosophy and debates of what is beauty, what is seductive, are they the same, blah, blah, blah. Because beauty in itself, like even in art, the reason why it's beautiful is because it causes a stir within us. That stir may not be sexual, but there is a stirring, there's an interest, there's an awe for it. So, again, unless you're going to go on a philosophical debate about this is all just fluff and dumb and vague, and who's to say that your strawberry shortcake lips would not seduce a guy? I mean, I don't personally think so, but, you know, these are the chicks that the guys I secretly liked at church or whatever ended up with anyway, so clearly I'm doing something wrong. Oh, God. Sorry. I really have to stop. I'm leaking my therapy sessions.
We are honestly convinced that the reason so many of us as modern Christian girls are kind of interchanging the words beauty and seduction is because of this modern culture that we live in. And we see, like, if you look at stores like Victoria's Secret, Hollister, stores where when you look in their windows, it's very clear that seduction is something that they're kind of using for advertisement. When we see those things as Christian girls, I think those things are slowly reshaping our minds and reshaping our thinking to say, oh, that's a beautiful woman. She's dressed very seductively. She's posing very seductively. Oh, but that's what's hot. That's what's in. That's what's sexy.
Yeah, but see, you're about to... Hold on, let me finish.
That's what's being praised. So, okay, beauty and seduction must mean the same things. And so without even realizing it, it's not like we're intentionally trying to think this way. We are just kind of being slowly and subtly reshaped by the culture around us to view beauty and seduction as the same things.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, I started following this magazine called EV Magazine. I'll try to bring it up on Instagram real quick. And, like, they're not... I don't think they're a Christian magazine, though that doesn't exist. But anyway, what their whole thing is, though, is about finding modest beauty again. Like, the importance of that and bringing back, you know, the more old-fashioned beauty of Marilyn Monroe and Audrey Hepburn and Elizabeth Taylor, blah, 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 blah. You know, things like that. And it's nice. It's nice that, you know, some women agree that being less provocative is important. it's important to keep those values alive and well. I agree with that. But that doesn't necessarily have to do with Christianity. That's what I'm trying to say. That doesn't have to necessarily do with Christianity. That just has to do with women having enough self-respect to know that they don't have to be butt naked in order for them to appear beautiful in general, but also attractive to guys. Like, this doesn't have to do with religion. This just has to do with values and self-respect and self-esteem. This has nothing to do with religion.
And instead of being shocked and really appalled by the half-naked or even mostly naked women that we're seeing on these billboards and on these posters, instead we're thinking like, oh my goodness, that's what beautiful is. That's what I need to be. And as Christian girls, we're thinking, okay, I need to mimic this in order to really be beautiful. And so the two of us have honestly many times in the past kind of been almost desensitized and almost bought into.
Okay, to be honest with you, yes, I agree. All of us, young whammons, dealt with self-esteem issues, looking at models, whatever. But that's how marketing is. Like, the whole point of marketing is to pick attractive people to sell things, because we psychologically we trust attractive people more. Like, it goes all the way back to like fairy tales where you have the ugly witch and the pretty princess, you know, all of that. So it makes sense that that's what they do. Also, marketing companies, like, once you get old enough, you realize, like, they don't give a shit about you. They're just trying to sell you stuff. Stop letting your self-esteem depend on a marketing company that does not care about you and how you feel about yourself. They just want you to buy their stuff and leave them alone. So there's that. Also, young girls, yes, and guys go through struggles of self-esteem. I was not at all exclusive from that. I had self-esteem issues pretty bad until I was like, I don't know, 17, 18. I didn't think I was thin enough, and I thought if I was thin enough, then guys would like me, that I would be prettier, blah, 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 blah. Joke's on me. By the time I did get thin, now Kim Kardashian butts were in, and I am a pancake, so who really won in the end? Not me. But anyway, my point is that the good thing was that I had a mother who loved me and called me beautiful, even if I didn't feel that way, and taught me self-esteem. Girls watching this video, it's sad to me that they don't have mothers and fathers to tell them that they are beautiful, and that if they want to self-improve themselves, it should be for their well-being, for their health, and their confidence, not because of a guy and not because of society. That's what they should be teaching these kids. But unfortunately, the kids may not have parents like this, so now they come to dimwits like this who are going to beat them with a Bible, convincing them that has anything to do with basic self-esteem, how you see yourself, and just not listening to marketers because they don't care about you. Yeah.
This mindset thinking like, okay, if I want to really be beautiful, if I really want to be accepted by those around me and praised, then I need to mimic them and I need to look like them. And sadly, this is not God's best for us as Christian women. He does not want us to be seductive in order to think that we're beautiful. We should.
Why don't we just cut out the seductive altogether and just say, like, God doesn't want you to feel insecure about yourself, because there's nothing to be insecure about. The very fact that he created you, clearly he deems you already beautiful and special. He literally says that you are wonderfully and fearfully made. Like, you are made in such a way that is just phenomenal, wonderful, can't explain it, is wild. Okay? And science backs this up too. So that really should be the message. This whole seductive thing, again, really is none of their business to talk about or tell girls about, because in my personal opinion, you're gonna be seductive to somebody, whether you mean to or not. Not only that, but there's nothing wrong with being seductive. You can be sensual. I said it. You can do it. It's okay. It's okay if you want to show some skin. It's okay. You want to wear high heels. You want to wear a tight dress. You want to do what you want to do. You want to feel sexy. It's okay to feel sexy. You still go to heaven. Okay? I bet you angels are sexy. I don't know. Anyway.
Not change those words. We should not look at those, posters and think, oh my goodness, I need to dress half naked, or I need to post these images on social media in order to be.
I wonder if that's how they feel secretly, and because their husbands. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Never mind.
So in a nutshell, seduction is really just when we as Christian girls dress in a way, act in a way, pose in a way, post pictures in a way that are intentionally designed to draw.
Okay, I will say this. I guarantee you that their husbands, unless they secretly are not loyal in whatever that may look like, adultery, porn, whatever, or I don't think they would be gay. I don't want to give that stereotype, but I guarantee you that it is a miracle that their husbands found them attractive dressed like this. That's what I was trying to say. I know it's mean, okay? I know it's mean, but I just...
draw people's eyes to us and to our bodies rather than using our bodies to reflect people off of us and to give God glory. So now let's talk about the word beauty and really dive into what that means. So first of all, God is the author and designer and creator of all things beautiful.
Probably talking about
He made women to be very beautiful, and He designed us to carry the mark of His creativity. So there is absolutely nothing wrong with being beautiful. We are all for women being beautiful and embracing our God-given beauty. However, we are all for that, and we see in the Bible that God created us as His beautiful creations, not just for our own glory, not to allure people and draw them to ourselves, but to ultimately reflect back on the beautiful design that God created us to have and use our beauty for His glory. Our outward beauty as Christian girls should never be used in a way to entice, lure in, distract, and seduce or arouse the people around us. We need to be careful to not...
That is not your responsibility. Say it with me. Responsibility, people pleasing, codependency, trauma. It's not your responsibility to worry if what you're wearing will arouse someone. I guarantee you right now, what I'm wearing might arouse someone. That's not my problem. Okay, baby? Okay, baby? It's not my problem. Sorry. Okay? I know I'm sexy. I know it's making you feel a certain way, but I can't help you. I'm not gonna hide what God gave me, like they said. Okay? Oh God, I hate that argument with people. You don't want to arouse. We're talking heterosexual. You don't want to arouse your brothers in Christ. Which, first of all, isn't that incest? Second of all, it's not my responsibility to worry about his struggles with whatever, arousal, sexuality, whatever. That's not my problem. It's never going to be my problem, okay? That's for his self-responsibility and self-control. That's not for me to control, okay? That is unhealthy behavior that you're teaching girls of people-pleasing and codependency and a lot of other trauma things. It's not okay. I don't like it. I'm calling you out, okay? Girl Define, calling you out. Don't say this stuff. It's harmful to girls, okay? It's not their responsibility, okay, to worry about a guy's arousal and sexuality, okay? If he can't keep it in his pants, he got to work on that, okay? Maybe get tighter pants. I don't know. But it's not my problem. It's not my problem, okay? Look at what they're wearing right now, okay? First of all, it's not creative, okay? There's no style, okay? I'm disappointed. Second of all, even with what they're wearing, okay? I guarantee you, when they stand upright, you're gonna see an outline of their boobs, guys, okay? And I guarantee you that'll make somebody aroused, okay? So, at the end of the day, okay, you can't control that. And it's so harmful to teach girls this. It's so stupid.
Use our beauty in a way that selfishly causes people to give us attention and glorify us rather than glorifying our Creator. True beauty.
That's so stupid. That's so stupid. It's, God. Okay. Oof. Needed to get up for an ungodly stretch for a second. No. I don't even have words. What did they say? Hold on, let me go back.
To give us attention and glorify us rather than glorifying our Creator. True.
No. Because then this also teaches young Christian gals that God forbid someone give you a compliment and say you look beautiful or you look stunning or you look like the finest piece of meat on the block. God forbid someone say that to you and you're like, oh my God, I'm being ungodly. I'm going to hell because a guy thought I was cute. He's supposed to focus on God. What are you doing? You're teaching girls not to take compliments, which is not only disrespectful to your own beauty, but it's also disrespectful to the person giving you a compliment. They didn't have to do that. And they're going out of their way to do something nice. And for you to kind of like reject it or like dismiss it, it's a bit disrespectful. This again just messes with the self-esteem. It just I want this to be over. I can't do this. I can't do this.
True beauty really is the farthest thing from hot looks and sensual poses. True beauty really is found in a girl who loves Jesus and is striving to reflect him through her life.
Now, no. You know what? No. You know what true beauty is? Being confident in yourself. I think Zendaya said that. She's like, no matter what you're wearing, no matter what you look like, if you're confident in yourself, okay? That... If you're confident in yourself, okay, that's all you need, okay? That's enough for your beauty to glow because you know who you are, you own who you are, you own your flaws, you own your strengths, you own your beauty, you own all of it. That is the most beautiful, gorgeous thing ever. It's just to be confident in who you are. It's just that simple. It doesn't have to do with God. God already created you, like they said. So he already created your beauty. So it's not like he can necessarily add on to the beauty. Like, yeah, he can add on to your joy, which can be beautiful. But the way they said that, and maybe it's them just not understanding precision of language, which is my biggest pet peeve. But no.
I know this can be kind of hard. You're like, okay, how do I do this?
Bright.
What does this exactly look like? So let me read you a few things that might help you understand this on a more like down-to-earth level. Yeah. Okay. True beauty is having fun with pictures, but being wise enough to know where to draw the line. It's wearing fashionable clothing, but knowing what sexual styles to avoid. True beauty is knowing how to wear makeup to enhance your natural beauty, but not going overboard with it. True beauty is caring more about being pure before God than striving for the likes and comments of your friends online. That's a hard one for all of us. True beauty is a desire.
Isn't that right, girlfriend? Yeah. It's so hard. It's so hard. Like, my husband's probably cheating on me, so it's so hard to not want the likes. But you know, we do it for God. We do it for God. Oh God. Do I have any more thoughts, or has their paleness just bleached my brain? I don't know. Look at this face. Oh yeah. Oh man. These are all again fluff This is all fluff. They're not giving specifics. So I don't know what they're talking about when they say seductive. They're not even trying to be specific. So this is just going to confuse young girls. This is just going to confuse them. Because any form of, like, seeing, like, skin or showing your cleavage or your thighs or wearing short shorts, volleyball shorts, whatever, like, it's going to warp a poor teenage Christian girl's brain. Like, she's going to think she's being seductive when she's not. Provocative, maybe, but seductive. Seductive is not just what you wear. It's also a behavior and attitude. Someone write that down. It's not just what you wear. It's how you act. It's how you hold yourself. It's how you talk to people. It's just a vibe. It's not just what you wear. Like, you could wear a very sensual thing, but the seductive is not there. It's not there. The confidence isn't there. The charisma isn't there. The lingo isn't there. The sensuality. None of it's there. It is not there. You might as well just be a lamp with a sexy dress on. It's not there. It's not there.
To use your life and photos to influence others towards Christ and his holiness, not away from it. We hope you can see that beauty and seductiveness are really two totally different things. Now, we get that this is a really big, hard topic, and sometimes, like Bethany said, it's like, how do I actually practically live that out? Girl, we get it. We are all in this together. It really is a daily battle. And with the rise of social media, we feel that temptation too to post pictures in certain ways because you know they're probably going to get more likes.
You're still not explaining specifically how what seductive is. You're gaslighting. Oh my God.
But as Christian girls, we have to remember our ultimate purpose is to not bring glory to ourselves, but ultimately to glorify God. So in this video, we really hope you don't.
But there's nothing wrong with people who, like, appreciate you, find you attractive, adore you, like you. God forbid. God forbid. There's nothing wrong with having attention. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I just...
walk away feeling like we gave you a list of rules, because that's not our intention. Our goal in this video is to simply encourage you as a Christian girl in your walk with God to use.
It is simply to guilt trip you, gaslight you, make it seem like we're giving you wisdom when all we're doing is probably giving you unnecessary confusion or even trauma about Christianity and your identity and your sexuality and your just overall esteem, while at the same time looking like bland Barbie dolls and just not at all giving any structural, practical advice and laughing at you when you ask for it, because we are underneath these bland faces, psycho bitches.
Use your life, your photos, your outward appearance, everything you do to reflect the glory and purity of Christ.
Thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, we'd love it if you give us a thumb.
No. I should have went out of my way to dislike it like I did for the Lord of the Rings trailer, but it's fine. Alright, so they did one on dating that Das Games had reacted to. Oh no, sorry. It was sorry. It was called like having a crush or something, I think. Hold on, let me see. I don't know if I found it, honestly. I thought it was this one, but it may not be. And I don't want to suffer much more, so I'm trying to make sure I find the right
Where you
one.
gonna live?
That was like all her
Yeah.
rage. That's what we had, like journals with MASH.
I wish I could go back in
Like,
time.
chill out, sister.
Oh,
You know?
we were flirts.
No, I
What's up, Girl
think
Define
this is it.
Sisterhood? It is Kristen and Bethany and Dave.
Okay, this one is called Advice for I said cretin. Christian teen girls on guys and crushes. Oh, it's getting to me now.
Well, he'll probably be out by the time this video comes out.
He's with us no matter what. We're super pumped to get to be talking to our
She actually had sex. That's ungodly. No, it's not.
super exclusive, awesome, teeny bopper sisterhood.
13 to 19-year-olds. This is
We
the video
are-
specifically for you.
We are so pumped.
All right. Well, the chick on the left has ripped knee jeans. Ungodly. She's also wearing a very tight outfit that shows off her body. Seductive. She's no longer having a braid in her hair. Seductive. The chick on the right is wearing a less lesbian shirt. Seductive. Wearing skinny jeans. Seductive. Still has the middle school girl hair with the clip and the braid, but you know, it's a work in progress.
To get to talk to just you guys. And if you're older or younger, you can totally tune in, but pass this along to someone in that age group because we are talking specifically to that demographic of the sisterhood. As always, though, guys, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. And if you want
This is literally the traveling religion pants or religion friggin' communion bread of sisterhood. I don't know. I couldn't think of a
support
funny
us,
joke. Sorry.
to help us continue on Patreon.
Oh God!
If
Now
you're
the
not
light
familiar-
is
familiar with that.
I look
Check it out. Click the link below.
slightly
But that is how
ghostly.
much
I
you can
apologize.
support it. So our Patreons are awesome.
Thank
we love you guys.
you.
Thank y'all so much. Okay.
Of course they have a Patreon. Oh yeah, I saw the writing on the wall with Patreon. I'm just gonna turn the light back on because I don't want to look like Bruce Wayne in the Batcave. Okay. God. Okay. I saw the writing on the wall with Patreon, so I'm not on Patreon anymore. I'm on Subscribestar at subscribestar.com/evnight if you guys want to support me there. It's the same as Patreon. It's just you guys don't get taxed as much and I get more money. So there's that. It'll help support me working on my second poetry book. If I try to return to YouTube and cut up this live stream and other live streams I'll be doing in the future to post on YouTube, it'll help, you know, support me editing because that takes time and energy and oh boy. So yeah, it'd be great if you could support me there. That'd be very nice. Thank you. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, so when we were prepping for this, we were actually sitting right over there and we were working on our computers like, all right, we're going to talk to the teens. And we have a teen sister. She's the last of the girls. There's 5 sisters in our family. And she was sitting across the room because she comes here to work sometimes. And she was literally like perking up. And then she leaned across the table and was just watching us, like zeroing in because she heard we were making a video for teens. So
She was like,
shout out to Susanna. If our sister's interested,
I know.
because she grew up with us, then hopefully it's
Yes.
going to be good.
Which it also gives us some like hands-on experience because she hangs out with all our teen friends, and then I actually mentor Susanna, so I get to hear
Hey!
what's going on with the teens. So I feel like I have a little bit of insight into the teen world, even though that was many years ago.
I know. But stick around
From
because
now.
Sorry, we have a freebie for you
Oh,
guys
yeah, at
at
the
the
end.
very end of this video. So stick around. We
Yeah.
have an awesome freebie that you can download. So stay tuned
Yes.
to find out more deets.
So I do remember being a teenager, even though it was quite a few years ago, and I specifically remember, like, especially when it came to, like, guys, crushes, things like that, like, our mom would give us good advice, and our dad, and we did learn a lot, and they helped spare us from many headaches and heartaches, whatever. They did help us a lot, but I remember a specific time, it was actually both of us, and our mom was giving some advice, and it was...
I mean, I agree. Your mom, mothers know, okay? They know. Shout out to my mommy. I love her. She's Wonder Woman. Mothers know. Friends, boyfriends, the neighbor next door. She knows, okay? So trust her, okay? When she says, no, not feeling it. Nope.
specifically about like guys and flirting and just all that stuff, which go to the Girl Defined blog because we have a great post that just came out on flirting. But I remember both of us being like, Mom, like, you don't know what you're talking about.
That's tempting,
Like, you
but
don't
I'm
know
scared.
anything. Like, we know we're totally doing, like, this is great. And I remember thinking, like, my mom doesn't know anything about guys and crushes. And now looking back, I'm like, oh my goodness, like, she actually knew a lot about this. But I feel
Oh my
like
God.
what I needed during that time and what I needed was someone that was
Girl.
who I felt like I kind of like respected or admired to look back and say, hey, like, help us. Like, hey, so you are actually, you're really embarrassing yourself, or that's not really going to help you out, girlfriend. So I just feel like having someone
Girlfriend
that can sometimes help, you know, like a big sister.
So this is,
like that.
if we were
Well, don't actually call her girlfriend, because then people are going to think you are homosexuals. Anyway.
going back in time and giving our teeny bopper selves advice, this is what we would give ourselves. So one of the pieces of advice would be that it is okay as a girl to have that romantic attraction, those feelings towards guys. I know I remember having my first crush when I was like 12. I was on swim team. I saw him in his Speedo. I was like, oh, he's cute. And I was interested, but I felt kind of
what 12-year-old boy is wearing a Speedo? I don't even know unless maybe he was part of the swim team, but 12-year-olds, that's like early middle school. What? Call the police.
I'm like, is this normal? I'm so young, but it starts young. I know some girls, they're like, I had my first crush when I was 5. I'm like, I don't even remember what I was doing at 5 years old. Probably still like,
Yeah, I was about to say, I had my first crush in elementary school. It was actually a black guy, which is hilarious if you watch my interracial video about my preference for not necessarily what black guys. Oh man. I forgot his name. Honestly, I'm pretty sure, even though I lived in the suburbs, it was something stereotypical black name like Tyreek or Tyrone or something. But anyway, yeah. And then after that, I had a crush on, I think his name was Devin, because he was of the devil. I was attracted to the devil. Anyway, you guys don't need to know about my crush history. The point is that it is weird that she didn't have a crush until she was like 12. That's weird. It's a little weird. Like by, I don't know, 6 or 7 years old, do you start to have a crush? 8 years old? It's weird that it was like 12 years old for her. But, you know, we're all late bloomers.
Like 10. I was like 9 or 10.
and I remember that. And you're kind of like shy and embarrassed, and you don't know if you should talk to people, and then you get older and those feelings get stronger, and you're like, I just don't know what to do. And so I think it's really important for us to just remember, for you as a teen, to remember that having those romantic feelings, that attraction towards guys, that's how God made you. That's normal. Yeah. Romance was actually his idea. From the very beginning of Genesis, we see God creating romance. We see it throughout the Bible. It's a beautiful thing. So having those desires.
I mean, he did. And then, you know, he created man. And then he created women. And look what happened. You know, now the world is messed up. So he should have never created romance in the first place, because
desires isn't the problem. It's just learning how to handle them properly at this age. When you say
and not being afraid to find like a godly older gal or mom, whoever, someone where you feel like, okay, I could trust them, and talking to them about these things. They were young ones just like we were, and we remember it's okay. So not feeling like embarrassed, like I can't talk to them about it. If you really do want to, like, you're like, I don't really want to talk to someone, but I kind of want some help. Love to find. We dig into all the girl stuff, all the deets.
Oh, they wrote a book. They wrote a book. Oh God. Their audience must definitely be like 12-year-olds, 11-year-olds, 10-year-olds. Some situation where the parent thought that this was okay, or the kid went behind their parents' back to watch this and lied about their age when logging into YouTube. So, see, this is why YouTube's policies and guidelines to make sure that kids are okay when watching YouTube are definitely necessary and not at all destroying creators. So
So you could grab a copy of Love Defined. We'll link to it below to get all your guide questions
No.
answered. But another thing, if I could go back in time.
no, you guys can buy my poetry book, Naked Paradox, in which I talk about my faith and my struggles with my faith and mental health and a lot of things that are at least a bit more specific than whatever they're gonna talk about.
That I would tell myself would be that, Bethany, find your worth and value in Christ, not in guys. Because I spent so much time obsessing over and thinking about guys. And it's not because I was like overly obsessed. It's just that I wasn't being intentional to find my worth in God. So I really would look to guys. And if a guy would notice me, I would feel good. Or if I could get his attention, I would feel really good about myself. And I wish that I could go back in time and not spend so much energy trying to find my worth in whether a guy liked me or not. I love the verse John 1:12, which says, "But to all who did receive him, who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God." And just remembering that me, Bethany, as a teenage girl who was a believer in Jesus.
Oh,
that
she's
I
Bethany.
am a redeemed daughter of God. And that's my truest identity. And no guy, whether he likes me or doesn't like me, can ever add to that or take away from that. So for you, teen sister, right now, I just want you to hear that. Like, no guy can add to your worth. No guy can take away from your worth. Whether Jimmy or whoever it is ever notices you or not, that doesn't add to your worth. Know that you have complete worth.
I mean, I agree when you're a young gal and a guy doesn't like you, you think something's wrong with you. I thought that way, especially when I started to develop an attraction for, I guess, white guys or whatever. I thought that it was because I was black or something, that they didn't like me back, blah, blah, blah. But, like, most boys don't know what they want. So putting much value on whether they decide to like you back or not is a very dumb idea from experience. It's just not a good idea. And even when you're older and you're like my age, to a certain extent, they still have no idea what they're doing. Neither do we, but like they anyway, so I was gonna get into something, but it's not worth it. I mean, yeah, I agree that like when you're young, because when you're growing up, a lot of what you learn is through social situations, which includes school and being around guys, and you like a guy, he doesn't like you back. You connect those dots with meaning that you are ugly or unworthy or unlovable. And none of those things are true. But because you're in a psychological sense, you're trying to navigate how to fit in and kind of function in society, you put more value into someone that you take interest in and their reaction to you versus making your own assessment about yourself and having your own confidence and assertiveness of your value. If that makes sense. It's a lot of, psychological. So, like I said, I've been reading, or I recently read 12 Rules for Life, or of Life, by Jordan Peterson, Dr. Jordan Peterson. So I'm looking at things more psychologically, as honestly I always have. But, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. It's psychological.
Worth in Christ. And again, I specifically want you to go back and watch what it means to find your entire identity in Christ, because we dig into that more there.
That's
that
awesome.
video.
Something else that's a huge area that I wish more people were speaking into my life as a teen is just to be careful with what you're pouring into your heart and mind, to be intentional.
True.
Because we didn't have a lot of social media. What did we get? Facebook?
When we were like older teens.
Like high school, out of high school maybe?
It was way later.
We had hardly anything. We didn't
no
have
Insta, no Snapchat.
no TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, like.
Why is it when they make these videos, it always feels like someone just happened to turn the camera on and they were just having brunch talking to each other? Like, there is no vision for their videos. There is no this is what we need to do, and then boom, done. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just go on and on and on and on and on. They don't get to the point. They don't have like any structure of like, this is what we're going to talk about, and then we're done. And then it gets edited down, which again, the editing is so minimal in these videos, it actually irks the living daylights out of me.
Twitter, I mean,
like,
you're probably not on Twitter.
This is, like, this is, we've been watching this for 6 minutes, and I could have sworn we were watching this for 10 minutes.
I think that's your demographic.
I think it's like TikTok and Snapchat.
30 minutes.
Yeah, you guys are on
An hour.
there, and there's a lot of stuff going on there, and we see it, we know, like, there are temptations, there are guys trying to contact you, there are people you're watching and you're like, oh, feeling jealous because you don't have their life, or so-and-so just got in a relationship, and in some ways, I have this love-hate relationship with
Or so-and-so got pregnant. It's too mean. Too mean. I'm sorry.
all of the social medias and all the media in general,
all
because
the medias.
it can be used for such good, but it can also be such a pitfall for so many of us. And I think as a teen girl, that's an area that we both feel really passionate about, wanting to encourage you to specifically, and because it is something that you're growing up with, it's a part of your life in a way it wasn't necessarily a part of ours at your age, and it can be so hard. So just be intentional, evaluate what you're on. Don't just stay on a platform because all of your friends are on it. If you're feeling like this isn't helping me,
what does this have to do with guys and crushes? They go on tangents. They go on worse tangents than me. I don't. So annoying. Okay. Was banned. Now I'm back. Says, what's up? What are we talking about? We are talking about Girl Defined and how they are teaching us all how to be godly somehow without at all giving concrete, practical advice at all. And also going on tangents and not at all covering the topic that's in the freaking title. I feel gaslit. I don't know why, but I feel gaslit, and it's driving me insane. Are they
feeling more tempted? I'm not being encouraged. This is a stumbling block in my life. Take a break from it. Get off of it, or seek some counsel for, from an older godly woman, and say, hey, here's how I'm struggling. What do you think? Get some.
Seek counseling from grandma, who definitely was born in a different generation, different cultural norms, and who does not know how to use TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, or barely Facebook, because she keeps sending you the same cat meme every day. Yes.
Advice from her. I think of that verse in Philippians that is basically calling us to this standard of saying, hey, I have something so much better for you than what the world offers. And Philippians 4:8-9, you've probably heard it, but it says, finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable.
What does this have to do with crushes? I can't. Okay, I'm leaving, guys. I'm sorry. I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. It's, God. Oh, all right. Let's see if we can find something that I don't have to fully lose my brain on. Let's see. Well, it looks like they talk more about sex, but to be honest with you, this is not the stream to cover any of that. So, not doing it. I don't know why their husbands, like, it fits. It fits. God. Why'd they have a conference? No, they're like weeds. They're just growing more. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, God. I can't do it. They seem to be talking more and more about sex lately, though. Interesting. Okay. Sexy Halloween costumes. Isn't Halloween of the devil anyway? Should Christian girls use TikTok? Oh my God. I'm not even watching that because they're not going to give you an answer. They're not going to give you an answer. I can tell you that right now. It's so dumb. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't know if I don't even know what I'm looking for anymore. I'm gonna go. Oh boy. I'm going down a rabbit hole. Okay, so I don't want to see that. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this. This is ungodly. This is ungodly. I don't want to see this. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to. Okay, why we gave up modeling to pursue ministry instead. To be honest with you, as one who is trying to pursue modeling, I want to see what they say about this.
Hey, it's Kristen and Bethany here with Girl Defined Ministries, and in today's vlog, we want to share.
Oh well, this is older. Sorry, I was about to say she's back to the middle school braid haircut, but hairstyle. But no, this is older.
We're doing something a little bit different. We want to share a little bit of our story with you.
See, that's nice. I like this hairstyle on her. This is lovely. Yes, put it up without a stupid clip thing from elementary school. Do that. Now you look like a woman. I don't necessarily care for the outfit. I think the grandma sweater jacket is unnecessary. You could take that off and just have your shirt. Maybe have a nice little necklace, a little chain cross, a little tiny one, a little minimalist, because, that's the trend with white chicks is their minimalism-ish. Chic minimalist. Feminine chic minimalist. Anyway, I'm not making fun of white people. I'm not doing that. I'm not racist. There's a reason certain stereotypes exist. There is some truth to them. Anyway, I can't do it with the braid. I just can't. I can't get over it. I just can't. I can't do it. I like the necklace. I really don't care for this grandma sweater shirt. I'm not digging it at all. Don't like it. Burn it, burn it, burn it.
Today's vlog is called Why We Gave Up Modeling to Pursue Ministry Instead. So in our book, Girl Defined, we actually kick off the entire book sharing a little bit about our modeling stories. And some of you may be familiar with them and some of you may not be. But we thought we'd take some time in this vlog just to share a little bit more about our modeling journeys and how that time in our life in our early 20s was really a huge turning point for us and actually deciding to follow hard after Christ and to pursue Him with all of our lives. So we want to share a little bit of those stories with you in this vlog.
So growing up, I never imagined that I would one day interview for a modeling job. Growing up, I was kind of like the kid with the super crazy hair, like never brushed, the really oversized glasses.
Guys. She was not like other girls. It's Bella Swan.
Scraggly clothes, just like could have been taken for maybe an orphan in our family. I just didn't really care about my looks or beauty. And then, middle school, high school, I was really into sports, honestly. Like, I loved basketball. I was super competitive. Still.
Oh my gosh. She was not like other girls because she played sports. Oh my God. Honestly, nowadays with the recent controversy with the swimming trans person, woman, honestly, doing a sport as a woman is not like other girls. And that's just science.
Still very girly, but more liked playing sports. And because I was tall and blonde though, I would get these modeling cards, like from a recruiter out in the store. I'd be walking in the store and somebody would come up and be like, hey, you should try out modeling. You would be perfect for this. And honestly, I didn't really put much thought into it because I was like, why would I want to do that? I'm playing sports. I love what I'm doing. But as I graduated high school, things started to change. I started to wonder, I did start to care about my hair though.
Yes.
I started brushing it. And I started to wonder, could I pursue the life of a model? As a Christian girl, someone who did value morals, had purity standards, things like that, I wondered, could I kind of live this modeling life? Is this something that I could pursue? I mean, I could make money. I mean, it would be fun. It wouldn't be too bad to be on the front of a magazine. I started to have these thoughts. So one day, I was kind of like in my early 20s, I decided to pull out one of the modeling cards that I had received. I talked to my parents about it. Kristen was there for that conversation. They were not a fan of the situation, but they decided to let us give it a try just to see if this is something that potentially could be a possibility. So I remember
They looked up the models' paychecks and they were like, you know what? God could bless us. He could bless this. He could turn this into a blessing. So you know what? We're going to give it a try.
emailing a modeling recruiter, and they emailed me right back and said, yes, come in. We like your pictures. We like what we're seeing. Definitely come in. We want to have an in-face interview with you. And I thought, wow, this was easy. Like, perfect. I'll go. So I remember I started getting really nervous, got all ready, started thinking like, oh, is this a good idea? I don't know. And I remember pulling up to the agency and then in my car feeling really nervous. I get out, I walk in, and I'm actually introduced to the owner of the agency. Jeff is what we like to call him. And I remember thinking, like seeing Jeff and thinking, just something about him gave me like this kind of like creepy, weird, kind of gross feeling. Just honestly, like the way he looked at me and the way, it was almost like I was like a piece of meat, like an object, like, let's see. Because as a model, everything about you is based on your outward appearance. And so I was already kind of feeling.
Yes. As one who's trying to get in, yes. That is the whole point of being a model. Your job is to look attractive so that you can sell something or pose something, whatever. Yes. So, of course, they're going to see what you look like, and they're going to look at you like an object because to a certain extent, that's your job. Okay? Yes, that's modeling. Okay? Now, that's not to say there aren't predators in modeling and creepers and assaulters and all of that, which there is, and you should be careful. But there are things you look up to make sure that they're legit. You look up models who model there that they're legit. You look up how they're treating the models. You can look up model reviews. There's an Instagram called Shit Model Management that I follow that gives you the insider truth about certain agencies that you think might be good but they're actually not, or whatever. They give personal experiences of models, blah blah blah. If you do your research right and you're careful, responsible, and not dumb and airheaded, then you should be fine getting into the modeling industry. Not all of them are bad. Not all of them are creepy. Not all of them are whatever. Okay? Now, again, part of being a model is modeling. Okay? Part of being a salesman is selling.
Feeling a little uncomfortable. So we went into his office, and then, I'm not kidding, floor to ceiling, everywhere, covering the entire walls were these pictures, oversized pictures of these models in basically nothing. And I remember sitting there thinking like, okay, so this is kind of what this job is about. Like, all right, well, just let's take it one step at a time. So he introduced himself, and then he slid some forms across, and he said, okay, I want you to start by filling out this paperwork. This will kind of give me an idea of what you're interested in. And he kind of went over some of the specifics about the job and was just telling me like it's real serious, everything about it.
Where's your mother? If you were a teenager, I think that's what she said. Where's your mother? Why is she not with you? Why is she not making sure what you are signing is not something legal that you haven't looked over first and possibly with a lawyer or something? Where's your mother? Okay? Also, the whole naked women, whatever on the walls, it depends on the agency. I don't know. Maybe they do have naked women on the walls. I don't know. Also, did she not do any research? They're not that much older than me. What they say? They were in their 30s. I'm in almost my mid-20s. Like, they're not that... Were they that dumb? Did their parents not do research? Like, my mom is the type that'll do so much research. Sometimes even more than me. So, like, did you not do research? Did you not make sure that this wasn't a lingerie or glamour agency? Those are specifically for more sexual, provocative, nude models. And if you didn't want that, you shouldn't have accepted them when they said they wanted you in the agency. Did you research what the agency promotes? Do they do editorial? Do they do commercial, glamour, alternative, nude, bikini, swimwear? Like, Okay, I'm fine. It's fine.
And so I'm feeling nervous, kind of shaking. And so I start to fill out the papers. And as I'm going, I notice that the options for modeling, it was like lingerie wear, club wear, different things like that. And I remember
Right. So if the modeling agency is specifically towards lingerie, glamour, swimsuit, that's what they're expecting you're willing to do. If you're not willing to do that, then don't sign and agree to work with this agency. Go to a fashion, editorial, commercial, alternative. Well, alternatives more for people who have like piercings and crazy tattoos. But don't go to where you're at right now. Clearly you didn't do your research before going here. That's on you. That's not on them for being gross or something. There are agencies that are specifically for models that are okay and comfortable with being in a bikini or being naked for whatever marketing promo, whatever. I mean, how do you think you have your Victoria's Secret models?
we're thinking in my head without saying anything like, I'm just not so sure if these categories are really going to fit with my lifestyle and what I want to pursue.
Yeah.
So as I started talking to Jeff and we were discussing the options, he basically told me that they are looking for girls who are willing to show all. So basically willing to strip down in front of the camera for nothing, because in our modern age, that's basically what you have to do if you want to get anywhere in the modeling world.
No. I haven't fully gotten in the modeling world, and I will update you if I am wrong, which is totally fine because I'm open to being wrong. But I guarantee you probably this is bullshit, because just no. There are models who are in commercials. I guarantee you they don't have to strip naked. You see them all the time on TV, okay? They're wearing regular clothes. They look like regular people most of the time, which is intentional, versus like more glamorized, overly pretty Kim Kardashian levels, Kendall Jenner levels of, you do have runway models and certain fashion editorial models who may have to strip down to the underwear to quickly transform into an outfit. Maybe. Okay. But I would imagine as long as your agency is looking out for you and your agent, you have privacy. But again, this is them not picking a proper agency that fits what they want to do in the modeling world and what they want to get out of it. Because as a model, although your job is to look pretty and present things, you still can have standards and say, I'm not going to do this, but I'm willing to do that. Okay?
World. You have to be willing to basically throw all your morals and standards aside, because those are, old-fashioned. You don't need those anymore. And
No. I recently read, this has to do with acting, but it's probably, whatever. Excuse me. I recently read an article by someone, I don't know, IMDb something. Michelle Pfeiffer, who played Catwoman in the Michael Keaton Batwoman, she said that I think she's like never done a sex scene in a movie, which I found remarkable because most actors, you would think they have to do that. But I think she's one of the few actresses who, as beautiful and successful as she is, that was one of her standards or one of her rules that she was not going to break. So if that's possible, you guaranteed it's possible that you can model, make decent money, and not have to be a pole stripper. Okay? The world, the marketing realm, modeling world needs all different kinds of models, and not all models need to strip down naked. Mind you, okay, those that do strip down naked, some of them choose that lifestyle, and that's for them to choose. Because again, this is coming off a little passive aggressive, as if they are judging the women who are okay with being swimwear models or Victoria's Secret models or whatever.
you need to be willing to show all. And so I just remember thinking like, you know what? I I actually don't want to do this. Like, what am I doing? Where, all in my head, in like these 30 seconds, I'm having these massive thoughts and really evaluating my
like, where is this
entire
gonna
life.
take
Yeah,
me? And
like where, you know, years down the road, like, okay, is this really what I want to be? Do I want to be a model? Is the money really worth it? Is the fame really worth it? What is my
Did you even try to go to another agency? Did you just say, okay, this agency must be like all the rest, so I'm done? Because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like you didn't even try to go to a different agency and be like, hi, I don't want to be a glamour or swimwear model. I would like to be in commercials or magazines or just, you know, not butt naked. And they'd be like, sure, yeah, we have models all different sizes and whatnot who we do. They're in Kohl's magazines. Some of them go all the way up to Vogue. You know, yeah, we'd love to have you. You could be in a commercial if you like. You really fit that can-do spirit of a commercial gal. Maybe for Starbucks.
my life all about? Is this the road I want to go down? Do I want to strip down for the camera and show my body to the world? Like, is this what I want to do? So I started talking to Jeff and kind of sharing some of the thoughts that I was thinking. And he basically told me, in a wrapping up in a nutshell, like, okay, you know what? If you are not comfortable stripping down for the camera, then I think this job isn't for you. And so I said, you know, I don't think this is a good fit. I think I'm gonna leave. And so as
What was this, America's Next Top Model? Like, where did she go? That they were like, if you can't strip naked, you will never make it as a model. Because the only time I've heard that was literally from a YouTube clip of America's Next Top Model with Tyra Banks. Which, again, I don't agree with that either. But, like, where were you? What agency did you go to? And why did you naively think, like, okay, so this agency is like this, so they must all be like this? That's not how this works. That's like saying one marketing company is bad, so they're all bad. That's not how this works. One car company is bad, so they're all bad. That's not how this works. Is not how this works.
As I was getting ready to walk out the door, he looked at me and he said, young lady, I want to give you a piece of advice. When you become confident in your own skin, then come back and we can talk. And that basically sealed the deal for me, because I was like, you know what? I am perfectly confident in my own skin. I am confident in who I am as a girl in Christ. And I don't need to strip down for the camera to prove that to the world. And I didn't.
You go, girl. You tell them. You tell them that Yeezy from the block already got you covered because he made you wonderfully and fearfully made. You better tell him that he better back up with his creepy self, okay? I hate this. I hate this so much. It's so stupid. Like, it's clear that she went to one agency, was like, you know what? They're all like this. Okay, bye. It's like, clearly you were more afraid of the possibility that your dreams could come true of modeling, and that maybe there's an agency out there that could actually make, you know, your life decent. And you could be successful in. It was easier for you to be like, okay, so I'm just going to quit now, than to, like, keep going. Like, that to me is both sad, foolish, and cowardly. And I am for neither of them. So, no. This is horrible advice to young girls who are like, I wanted to get into modeling, but Girl Define told me that, like, the agencies are creepy. And I don't know. I just feel like now I won't be able to get into modeling because I'll have to be naked, and I'm not comfortable with that. But I wanted to look pretty, or I wanted to be in fashion, or I wanted to promote things, or just get into acting or something. And I guess now I can't, because I guess even, Miss, Deborah, who is in a commercial, had to get butt naked to sell me Pine Sol. I guess I'm not modeling now.
Say that, but I thought it in my head and I left. And that was really my entire modeling journey put to rest. And from that point forward,
now I
never had another thought. I never wanted to go down the modeling world.
I can't hear my audio. Oh God, that's not good. All right, I'll be back. Give me a second.
I wanted to. I was like,
All right, let me see if I can still hear.
I want to use my life.
Oh, there we go. I don't know what happened. I think I think my headphones was trying to commit suicide or something. My headphones was like, yeah, we're not listening to this garbage anymore. Because I literally couldn't hear for a second. I was like, okay, their mouths are moving. I can't hear. Oh no. Okay. Oh, that's funny. My headphones was like, no, we're done with this garbage. This is ridiculous. We're not listening anymore. Oh, that's so dumb. Why would you? I just, no. No. I want to look up the girl deleted. This will be my last video. Oh yeah, it was this one. I saw this one with Cody Co and Noelle Miller, and I thought it was funny. So we can watch this one, and then I'll probably
Hey girls, it's Kristen and Bethany here with Girl Defined.
I will yeet myself because my headphones are trying to commit suicide because it doesn't want to hear this garbage anymore. It's so funny that this channel, Girl Deleted, saved some of the stuff from Girl Defined, because I guess they got so much controversy from like Cody Co and Dad's Games and Trixie Mattel that they had no choice but to just like get rid of them because I hit my mic, because they didn't want, I guess, negative attention. But it's like, isn't that proof? Isn't that proof that you're doing God's work because you're being critiqued? It's just it's Satan's disciples coming after you because you're doing God's work. You are godly women. Do not back down. You should definitely make your videos public again so that I can reap some of the content benefits. Anyway, yeah, so this one's called 6 Guys You Shouldn't Date, Court, or Marry. Now let's see if we end on a positive and I actually agree with what they say. Let's see. We'll see. We'll try to be hopeful. We'll try to be godly. Yeah.
And ministries. And in today's vlog, we want to share.
Why? Why are my headphones? Okay. Hold on. My headphones are trying to commit suicide. Oh my God. My headphones are like, no. No. We're not doing this. All right. All right, here we go.
Share with you 6 guys you shouldn't date, court, or marry. I remember being a young girl and kind of thinking that every guy was probably pretty much amazing and thinking that, oh, when I grow up, it'll be, kind of easy to find like an awesome godly guy. Then I hit 18, 19, 20 and realized, you know what? There are a lot of really awesome godly guys out there, but there are also a lot that are just not quite so awesome.
How do you not look back and realize half of the guys you liked were garbage? Like, let's just be honest. Like, they were not great, okay? And especially if you grew up around them in church, how do you not get older and realize, wow, I really liked that guy? What was I thinking? Like, God, why? Why? Like, why didn't you just shoot me with lightning so I could realize just how dumb I am? Why?
Their journey of life.
Oh my God. Every time I pause it, my headphones are like, no. This is getting bad.
Not quite where they need.
Like, I can't.
Where they need to be.
I can't actually pause it without my headphones having a nervous breakdown now. I'm scared. I may not be able to finish this video. Oh no.
We both had learned, from back in the old days, back when
The
you
old
were
days.
young, and before you met and married Zach. You've been in relationships.
Yeah.
I have been in relationships, and I realized
They act like they still don't look like schoolgirls. Like, they're older somehow. Like, somehow. Also, she's wearing a choker necklace. Isn't that emo? Isn't that demonic? Why are you trying to choke the life out of yourself? That's ungodly. That's ungodly. I won't have it. I will not have it.
that there are certain types of guys that I do not want to date, court, or marry, and we want to tell you about these 6 guys that you shouldn't date, court, or marry. Okay, so guy number 1 that you shouldn't date, court, or marry is this. Mr. Talk. Mr. Talk is also known as Mr. Smooth. He's the guy that can say he can talk the talk, but he might not necessarily be walking the walk. So for example, he might say, yeah, I love the Lord. I love going to church. I love getting involved. I love reading my Bible. But behind the scenes, he isn't actually really doing those things. He's not consistently going to church, and he's not consistently reading his Bible. Another example might be he might...
Oh my God, he's not consistently going to church or reading his Bible. You might as well be dating the devil. How dare you? You heathens. You should be ashamed of yourself. God is so disappointed. He is weeping. You are making God weep. How dare you? I don't know any Christian, any real Christian, really, that can, like, read their Bible every day. That's like a writer saying they can write every day. It's not often. It just, no. Also, he could be reading his Bible and going to church, but also, like, still be a scumbag. He could still be abusive. He could still be an adulterer, okay? He could still be an addict, okay? So, like, I understand having similar standards and philosophy, theology of Christianity, whatever, but, like, that doesn't really do diddly squat when it comes to who this person really is, their values, their struggles, all of it. What does it matter if he goes to church and reads his Bible and he still is doing stuff that is destructive to himself and those around him? Then what? Then what? All right, now I'm preaching.
I say, I value purity. I love what God's word says about purity. I'm on board. I'm all about it. But then in the relationship, he's the one constantly, subtly tempting you to compromise, or he's compromising himself. So Mr. Talk is the guy that can say all the right things, but he isn't actually...
You realize you're more likely, this is what Kevin said in his one video, Princess Cut. You realize that you're more likely to meet a guy who goes to church, reads his Bible, but still tries to push his boundaries with you and manipulate you and uses the gospel or the Bible or any Christian philosophy, theology to guilt trip you into doing what he wants. You realize those guys exist a lot more than a guy who says he goes to church but really doesn't. But he may not manipulate you, be an addict, whatever. Maybe his faith isn't as strong as you want it to be, but at least he's not addictive, destructive, and manipulative. You realize that, right? Like, I don't even know who I'm talking to. I don't even think I'm talking to you guys. I think I'm more talking to these women at this point. If they're even women, they're more like gals, gal pals, little girlies. Girlies who love Jesus with their Starbucks.
Actually living the life to back it up. And talk is cheap. If you're just giving talk but you're not putting the action behind it, then
they have the nerve to say talk is cheap when they spend most of their videos not getting to the freaking point.
You need to be very, very cautious of a guy like that.
And guy number 2 is Mr. Anger. This is the guy that gets like set off by really small things. It might just be like, driving in a car and someone just barely comes in his other lane and he gets like blows up and gets really mad. Or you say something like, hey, what about this? And then he's like, oh, why do you want to do that? It's a guy that.
Yes, because God forbid a man express his emotions. Bro, like, I get road rage, okay? I get road rage, okay? I'm a bit of a speedster, don't tell anyone. I get road rage. And if that's enough for a guy to be like, I don't want to be with this chick, then he can go hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back. No more, no more, no more, okay? I'm more blind than Ray Charles. I don't even see you anymore, okay? So I don't care. That's so dumb. Now, I agree that there's dangers when a guy has anger issues and temper issues, but what they're talking about is more just basic human frustrations people have. Now, do I think a guy should lash out or anybody lash out at someone they love? No. That requires a bit of self-control, which takes time with people. But nobody's perfect. There are going to be times where you snap at a person and you may not mean it, but you're upset. Now, if the person's doing it all the time, that's not okay. But if it happens here and there, people are human. Oh God. Why am I expecting them to be human? Why did I expect that? They were born from Starbucks and they were born from some barnyard store, fabric store. I don't know.
It just does not have control of his temper, does not have control over his tongue and his mouth and what he's thinking, and it just, like a volcano, blows up. And I would caution you, be very, very careful with a guy like that. We have known some like that, and I personally would never date, court, or marry a Mr.
You realize someone should make a movie about this. There are guys who read the Bible, go to church, seem to have a good temper, but behind closed doors, they are a monster. They put on a good facade. These are the dangers they should be telling girls about, because they're real. I know them. I didn't date them. I mean, like, I know people who dated them or married them. And it is hell on earth because people see the facade of, oh, he's such a nice Christian guy. But behind closed doors, he is abusive emotionally, mentally, and even physically. So, no. That's all I can say anymore is no.
Anger, and I would encourage you not to either. And guy number 3 that you definitely shouldn't date, court, or marry is Mr. Struggle. Now, we all have our struggles in life, right? But we're talking about here with Mr. Struggle is a guy who's struggling with big things, and he always says, I'm trying, I'll do better next time, I promise I'm going to overcome this sin, I promise I'm going to get better in this area. But as his track record continues, he never actually overcomes those struggles. So for example, maybe pornography, maybe irresponsible spending, maybe just not getting places on time ever, or really managing the relationships in his life or his responsibilities very well. He's just always struggling, but always telling you that he's going to do better, that he's going to get over it. So we highly caution you.
I guarantee you, if he is watching pornography, he would not tell you that. Even if you asked him, he's not going to tell you. You would accidentally find out once you were married. Okay? I know this from other people's experiences. So, no. Another thing, okay? I agree that you should not be with someone who has destructive, almost self-loathing habits towards themselves that you may not pick up when you're dating the person as much as when you're getting more deeply dating with them and then they come to light, whatever, sure. But these are also such basic things. Like, it's so basic, you know? Like, they think that if a guy, like, for example, there's a flip side where I have issues with guys that, like, if all he talks about is God, and anytime that you're trying to get him to empathize and connect with you, he always has to bring the Bible into it. He can never just be a human being and show compassion and empathy. That's a red flag for me too. because that tells me that he is more focused on how he looks and he comes off and his godliness or whatever than trying to actually show compassion and empathy and connect with a person. It's more about him. It's not about you. Aggravating. I don't know. There aren't all good positives to a guy being overly godly. There are more negatives, in my opinion, if he's being overly godly. But they probably wouldn't necessarily agree with that because
you with a guy that's really struggling. Because if you're the only accountability partner in this guy's life, if he's saying, I'm struggling, but I'm going to get over it, can you just help me? You need to help me. That is not a good setup. This guy, if he's serious about overcoming his sin, he's going to make the steps and take the steps to go find an older, godlier man in his church who can hold him accountable and really get
I wouldn't call someone struggling with finances a sin. That's a bit dramatic. Pump the brakes. It's a bit dramatic. To be honest with you, I'm not even sure if I could say someone who struggles with like addiction or something is a sin. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I just feel like if you are, how do I say this? If you are given the right tools and education to understand unhealthy habits within a person, including yourself, again, it starts with yourself. Like I said at the beginning of this stream, if there are issues with the world or with other people, you can't help that until you first look within yourself and start to improve and heal yourself. So once you start to do that, it's easier to start to see these unhealthy habits in other people so that you don't have to wait until a long time after dating someone to realize that they're not a right fit for me because of whatever reason. Someone who's struggling in something, I don't think necessarily you should just abandon them, but I do agree that it's not your responsibility to save them or whatever. But that's not to say that you can't be a support system. Maybe instead of dating them, you're just friends with them and you are a supportive source to kind of encourage them when they are trying to get better and to comfort them when they slip up. I don't know. I do agree sort of that yes, you should not try to save anybody. Nobody. Your friends, your lovers, nobody. You should not be trying to save anyone because you can't. The only person you can sort of try to save is yourself, and that's more than enough. You can be a support to people, you can be a encouragement, comfort, whatever to people, but you should not be trying to save someone. That's people-pleasing, that's codependency, that's a trauma response, that's something you need to work on because they will pull you down with you, even if they don't mean to. And I know this from experience.
Get serious about helping him overcome his struggles. So we caution you, be very careful with a guy who is always struggling but never overcoming them. And number 4 is Mr. Obsessed. And now I've been around guys who are like pretty much obsessed with me. They are, I'm basically
That reminds me of that Vine I shared recently from my Sebastian Stan meme where the chick tells her sister like, yeah, guys ask me out all the time, and then the sister just busts out into the biggest laughter ever. That's how I feel. I'm the sister laughing hysterically, except the laughing part. I just love the humble brag of just like, yeah, guys were just obsessed with me. Like, guys just loved me so much. I couldn't get them off me. I'm drowning in them. Not even Aquaman can save me. Where's Jason Momoa? Nowhere to be found. I'm just drowning in these men. It's raining men. That's what that song, it was made for me. Okay? It was made for me. Such a weird humble brag. Okay.
Basically like the most important thing in their entire world. And you know what? Honestly, it is kind of flattering. Yeah. And if you've been there,
No, that's ungodly. That's ungodly. That's No, you're not allowed to be liked or adored. It's ungodly. God doesn't want that. It's supposed to be focused on him. No. Devil worshippers.
Know what I'm talking about. It's who doesn't like a guy giving you like so much attention and just basically treating you like you're the queen of the entire world. I mean, that's pretty amazing. And of course, it's not wrong to be loved and cherished, but we're talking about a guy who
but it is wrong. You guys said before that people that like you and admire you and find you attractive, provocative, whatever, this ungodly. Fact check.
literally obsessed with you. Like you are even more important than God. You basically, as the girl, become the god of his life. And that is
the god of thunder. You are Thor.
an idol. That is totally out of order. God needs to be the most important person in his life. So if you are around a Mr. Obsessed and you can tell that you are the most important person in his life, I would really caution you, because this is someone that I would not date, court, or marry, despite how flattering it may seem.
This is so vague. This is so vague. If they're talking about a guy who is obsessed with you, then yes, that's dangerous. You should not want a guy to be so obsessed with you. Like, I mean obsessed. Okay? Obsessed, controlling, no. Run. Don't engage. Okay? A guy who's trying too hard, also don't engage. I recently dated sort of a guy that was trying too hard. No, don't do that. One, it's not attractive, okay? At least for me, it's not when you're trying hard, because it's broadcasting your insecurities as a person. And two, it's not a healthy way to show love and admiration, whatever, when you're trying so hard that it becomes too much or whatever. Anyway, the other thing is, like, what did they say? I can't keep track.
So as someone that I would not date, important person in his life, I would really caution you, because this is someone that I would not.
But at the same time, on the flip side, I don't agree that if a guy makes God like the main focus of his life, that is necessarily a positive either. There's severe trauma that comes when a husband or father is so focused on being godly, on being Christian, on going to church, serving, devoted to reading the Bible, all of that, to the point that he's not spending time and not giving like his true focus to you. I don't agree with that. It's very harmful. It can be traumatic. Like, the neglect is real. You say, oh, well, I'm just trying to be the best Christian, whatever. Yeah, but at the cost of hurting those that you're supposed to love, because you're not giving them enough attention or love or acknowledgement. Like, no, I don't agree with that. I don't agree that a guy should make God like just so top tier. Like, no. And it's so easy then for a guy to use that in a manipulative sense, to say that like he's trying to focus on God, and God forbid you ask him for more attention, he'll just guilt trip you that like, why won't you let me focus on God and blah 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 blah, and I just love Jesus so much. Blah. Anyway, did that make sense?
Date,
I don't know.
Court, or marry, despite how flattering it may seem. So I would just encourage you to be very careful around a Mr. Obsessed. And guy number 5 is Mr. Pressure. Mr. Pressure is the guy who is always
under pressure. Under pressure. Sorry.
putting pressure on you to do things that maybe you know you shouldn't do, areas of compromise where you're like, I'm not really sure if that's the right thing. And he's like, come on, just do it. It's not a big deal. Mr. Pressures are everywhere, and we've talked to girls who feel that pressure in the relationship, and they actually feel like if they don't give in to what this guy wants, then he's going to leave them. That in order to sustain the relationship, they basically have to do everything he wants them to do. And girls, that is not a healthy relationship. That is not a guy that's caring about you more than he's caring about himself. Mr. Pressure cares more about himself. He wants to get what he wants, and he wants you to help him get that. He doesn't care as much about honoring God and pushing you closer to the Lord. So we highly caution you.
Yeah, but they make it seem like this type of guy, or maybe they did make it seem that way, but to me, it seems like they're making it seem like this guy is probably not necessarily a Christian. Um, but no, I guarantee you he probably is, because again, with all this suppression of sexuality, attraction, whatever that's been going on while we've been watching these videos, the guy has not been taught how to properly explore slash control all of these feelings, urges, emotions, whatever. And he'll use the Bible and Christianity to manipulate and pressure, blah, 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 blah. That's more likely to happen. I mean, I agree that, like, anybody, guy or girl, should not pressure you to change boundaries you have set for yourself, physically, sexually, mentally, emotionally, all of the above. Okay, we got the full square. Nobody should be messing with your boundaries. It's different if you're willing to be flexible or compromise certain boundary standards, whatever, that you feel are appropriate, healthy, or flexible. Fine. But if they're not, then dump their ass and move on, because they weren't that special to begin with if they couldn't respect your boundaries. It's just that simple. I guarantee you they're going to go on like another 2-minute rant, and I just said this in what, a minute 30
against
seconds?
dating, courting, or even marrying a Mr. Pressure. And guy number 6 is Mr.
Oh.
Unsaved. Now, this is the type of guy. He's cute.
Oh, yeah. So they were talking about Christian guys. See, the thing is, though, it just didn't feel that way. It felt like they were talking about non-Christian guys or whatever. I still don't take back what I said. I'm going to be petty. The funny thing is that I have no comment when it comes to the whole dating a person who's a Christian, blah, blah, blah. I agree that if you have similar morals, philosophy, theology, it probably will make your relationship a lot easier to deal with, because those are heavy, deep things that are deep to your core values and identity. So if you guys aren't on the same page about that, it'll probably cause unnecessary division, friction, whatever. But that's not necessarily me saying that you, as a Christian, have to be with the Christian person. Especially if you're dating, I feel like that's more just like, I don't know. It really just depends upon the person. Again, I don't think these chicks should be telling people how to live their lives at all. I don't think this channel really should exist. They're not really helping anyone. They're not being practical or specific enough. Their editing is not fast enough. They go on rants. They don't stay on topic. They're being unnecessarily harmful and confusing and gaslighting and abstract. And I'm done with this channel. I'm done. I want to go home. Well, I am home. But I don't think that I will be watching any more of these gals anytime soon, because I say that and then the ring of power just lands right in front of my face. God. It's just too much. I love how this therapist is like, this is toxic. Oh, look, there are other Christians that react to Girl Divine. Okay. Is masturbation an unforgivable sin? No. I already summed it up for you. You're welcome. How important is physical attraction in dating? Pretty significant if you want to marry the person and have babies. In order to have babies, you have to have sex. In order to have sex, you have to be physically attracted to them. You're welcome. Next, birth control, relationships, singleness. Case by case scenario. Doesn't help. marriage, sex, the first time becoming parents. I guarantee you the first time won't be as exciting as people make it seem because you're still getting to know the person and blah, 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 biology, blah, 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 blah. Can you tell that this killed me? Oh boy. My struggle with sexual sin and finally finding freedom. I know I said I would stop, but I have to watch this.
Sometimes we can
I'm
feel like we're
sorry.
the only ones.
Oh God, my headphones aren't working. Wait, hold on. All right, they're working. Okay. All right. I know I said that. Okay. I know what I said. I'll skip around this
I
one. I
remember
promise.
feeling
It's
so
not as bad.
ashamed and
Oh my
embarrassed,
God,
and
my
like I
headphones
couldn't
don't wanna
ever
work
tell
now.
anyone
Okay,
or get
great,
help because
good.
they're gonna be like, oh, you're one of those strange Christian girls. Hey, sisterhood, it is just Kristen here. Sadly, Bethany
My headphones, I think they've given out. My headphones straight up said, bitch,
came
try
down with
me.
a migraine today. Sometimes we can feel like
Oh no, they're not working. Hold on. My headphones said, we are about to shoot you if you don't stop this right now. Okay, hold on. Hold on. All right, let's see. Blah, blah, blah.
like we're the only ones. I remember
My headphones aren't working. All right, hold on. Let's see.
feeling so
Okay, I think I got it. Hold on.
ashamed and embarrassed.
Oh God, that is so funny. Yeah. Hold on. Oh, that's funny. My headphones said no. My headphones said no. All right, give me 1 second. This is why I have my extra headphones here, my more ratchety headphones here. Give me 1 sec. I'm sorry. I'm being unprofessional. I know. I'm sorry. Oh boy. Hold on. I'm very curious as to what she's gonna say about sexual sin. Because if she says masturbation, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I quit. Okay, hold on. So much for doing that. I might have to use these from now on. All right, let's see.
And like I couldn't
There we go. Okay, we're back. Sorry. All right, here we go.
ever tell anyone or get help because they're gonna be like, oh, you're one of those strange Christian girls. Hey, sisterhood, it is just Kristen here.
What, you watch furries or something? Got him!
Sadly, Bethany came down with a migraine today, so please be praying for her if you think of her, but I'm gonna carry the topic for this conversation with you.
Why do her eyes, do you see that? Like her eyes under here, they look, oh, it's not good. She forgot concealer
Guys,
that
and
day.
it's a topic that I
I
am
don't mean to be
really
mean, but,
personally so passionate about because sexual sin is something I really wrestled with back in my singleness, and it was something that I felt very trapped in. As a Christian woman, I didn't feel like I understood a lot about God's design, although I thought I did. I just didn't understand how to find freedom, how to pursue that, how to finally get honest about my sexual sin. And so I found myself very trapped for many years, and it was super, super hard. And I know a lot of you find yourself in that place right now where you feel trapped, you don't know how to find.
Look at that t-shirt. Look at that t-shirt. This is what annoys me about like certain content creators. I'm going on a rant for a second. Is like they make such basic merch. It's so shitty. And they'll ask you to pay $30 for this. The one who designed you gets to define you. Mind you, I'm plugging myself. Excuse me. Mind you, hold on. Okay. Mind you, I have merch. I have 2 merch stores, but this merch in particular from my poetry book that was made by my artist from the illustrations in her book. Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Hold on. Let me make sure that you can actually see some of it. Yeah. Look at this, okay? Actual art, okay? And yes, I'm asking you to pay $30 for a crew neck, but look what you're getting. You're getting a woman, a sexy woman with a clock on her head drinking champagne. How is that not $30? Okay? Look at this artwork, okay? Look at this stuff. If you want links to it, it's in my panel on my channel, my Twitch channel, on the panels that are like, about me, merch, blah, blah, blah. It's there. Look at this stuff, okay? Meanwhile, this chick over here got some simple font, okay? And she's going to charge you $30 for this. The one who designed you gets to define you. Can we get an amen in here? Amen. Okay, this is actually frying my brain
finally
now.
Get honest about it. And I'm going to share some of my journey about how I finally got honest about it and how that brought so much freedom in my life. So stick with me. Part of the reason that we created this freebie, actually, it's a patron freebie, battling
Patreon. Yeah, it's pronounced Patreon. Battling sexual temptation. Oh boy.
Sexual temptation, a biblical toolkit for Christian girls, is because I know that I wasn't the only one struggling, and I still have to battle lust today. It's not.
Do they have any what's the word called? Do they have any expertise in biology, sexuality, psychology, as well as theology? Do they any of that? Recently it's been popping up this lady who did the book about the Great Sex Rescue, which is basically how the Christian community has ruined, if not tarnished, people's understanding of their sexuality, of sex, of just all of that, okay? But I believe she actually has some background of expertise to back up what she's saying. People like this who want to share their personal struggles or just confusion, it's not even a struggle. It's just you were confused because you were brainwashed into thinking that being aroused or being horny or any of that is unhealthy, bad, you're going to hell. Okay? Do you have any actual expertise to back this up? Are you even an oncologist? Oh, God.
Not like, oh, you get married and you don't have those struggles anymore. They're still very real battles that I have to fight. But this is an amazing toolkit. It's a downloadable PDF. And how do you get this? Well, if you join our Tuesday alert on every you've died for threat, /girl dive in, designed you gets to do this. I'll guarantee time for Christmas. So our song is so on that. Just thinks we live in a world where our sexual design, it isn't perfect like God intended it to be in the garden, right? Sin has impacted that, and we see that all throughout culture. You go into the grocery store, you see magazine covers. Like when you're young, you see this stuff and you start having questions and you have thoughts and you wrestle in your heart and you're just trying to figure everything out, right? So that was me, and I, hit my teen years and I started really struggling with lustful thoughts in my mind, and I was wrestling with masturbation, struggling with that, which I know that's a whole nother topic. We have a whole section on that in the book, by the way, because that's like a topic not a lot of, I feel like, Christians talk about, but I think there's a lot to be said on it. So that was something I was really struggling with. Like, it was habitual in my life, and I just didn't know how to stop, like how to get help, how to get freedom, or how to find freedom. And I was struggling with a lot of the lust.
How to get help. I don't want to be anybody's parent or sex ed teacher, but it's okay. It's okay. It's going to be okay. I'm pretty sure there's actually health benefits behind it if you do it with some, I don't know, self control or something, but it's okay. I feel so bad for her that someone told her that masturbating is a sin, that to desire to lick the abs from Henry Cavill is bad. Cavill, sorry, I always say Cavill. I feel so bad for her. I really do. You know? I wouldn't be surprised if, like, for some reason, somehow, like, her sex life is just boring. But anyway, this is sad to me. I can't even really make fun of it. I just feel bad, you know? Like, as a young girl, if you see Jason Momoa and you want to lick everything, it's okay. I'm telling you it's okay. I get it. It's okay. You're going to be fine. You're not going to hell, okay? If you dabble in masturbation, whatever, I don't care to talk about this because it's really not my business to tell people about their life. And like I said, she does not have expertise in this. She's not a sex expert, which, yes, those exist. She's none of these things. She's just talking from personal experience. That's like me telling someone that in order to deal with mental health, you should be doing these things because God said so. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm nowhere near that ballpark. I'm just someone who struggles with mental illness and who goes to therapy and who finds psychology fascinating. But even I am technically not qualified to give you overall mental health advice other than go find someone who does know how to help you. That's the only advice I can give you.
Lustful thoughts in my mind and in my heart, just toward guys. And I was so ashamed. Like, if I'm being perfectly honest, I was so ashamed. And I just thought, wow.
You know, there's nothing wrong with you finding a guy attractive. Like, that, again, that's how we procreate. Like, you have to have some attraction in you. You have to have some arousal in you, let's be honest. But, like, lust to me is more just like this uncontrollable, you don't see the person as a person. You literally just see them as a vajayjay and a pee-pee, okay? I'm trying not to get demonetized. Or banned. That's, to me, more lust. It's just no self-control, no humanity, none of that. But if you think a guy is cute, okay, you would love to, you know, give a little smoochy smooch, all right. If you stay that way and you're never like, well, this guy is still, he's still a human though, you know, maybe I should get to know him before I lick his face off. Good. But if you're like, no, I just want to lick his face and I that's it. Then we have problems a little bit, or at least you do. I don't care. That's you. I'm me. And we are we. This is about it. Okay?
You know, for one, and I know a lot of you may feel this way, specifically as girls, you might think, I'm the only girl who struggles with this. You know, I get emails from so many of you, and I love seeing your emails. I love seeing...
No, stop emailing them. Don't do that. Please, stop. Please, I warned you, don't do this. You are going down a path you think is okay, but it is not. It is danger. Danger, Johnny Robinson. Run, bitch, run.
in your heart of honesty and transparency, and you'll say, I've been struggling with porn for years and I'm so afraid to tell anyone, or I'm addicted to erotic novels, erotica, and they just pull me in. I try to stop. I'll do good for a while, and then I'll get back on it. And I know this is not healthy. Like, this is not God honoring. I'm reading this material that's just fueling these sexual lusts in my heart. Others of you will just say, it's a battle in my mind. Like, I'm not looking at porn or reading things. It's just like always in my mind, these thoughts that pop in, and so many other things. And I love your transparency and your honesty. But sometimes we can feel like we're the only ones. And I remember
it's nice that she's trying to be vulnerable and connecting, but in the end, what she's telling, what she's trying to teach or even infer is I don't agree with, and I don't think she has the right to tell young girls any of this. I am sad that young girls feel that they are not comfortable enough to talk about this stuff with their parents, which is really the only people you should be talking to. Maybe a doctor and maybe your therapist, but someone on the internet like this, you should not be reaching out to about your sexuality and all of that. I just don't agree with it. No. Why? I feel so bad that this generation feels that they are more comfortable talking to someone on the internet that they don't know than to talk to the parents in the next room. I feel so sad that this is what we as people and the internet have done to children. They do not want to talk to the parents about sex, about any of this stuff. They only want to talk to people that they don't even know on the internet who may not even be qualified to give them proper answers or support. It's sad. This is sad. I can't even make fun of it. I'm just sad.
Thinking, I must be weird. Something must be wrong with me because I'm not hearing a lot of talk in Christian circles about women struggling with lust, with sexual sin. I hear a lot of talk about it from men, like, the men's groups and accountability, but just what about the women? And I remember feeling so ashamed and embarrassed and like I couldn't ever tell anyone or get help because they're going to be like, oh, you're one of those strange Christian girls. Okay, so if that's a lie that you're believing like I was, I want you to know that lust, sexual struggles are just as much of a girl problem as they are a guy problem. One of our whole chapters in this book is called Lust, a Girl's Problem Too, because we're all created sexual beings. And the more I started to understand that, back in high school when I was really, really struggling, I started to see, little bits here and there of like, okay, some good Christian teaching on it. I remember specifically, I was at a Christian conference and the speakers were talking to a group of young people and they were talking about sexual sin and they were so candid and so honest in a way that I had never seen before, like from Christian speakers. And I was just like sitting there, like my heart's pounding, and they were talking specifically about different ways that we can struggle and get trapped in sexual sin. And they had mentioned masturbation and they said, one of the ways that the enemy loves to keep us trapped is when he can convince us to believe the lie that we're the only ones who are struggling, or that there's too much shame in what we're doing to even mention it, to even get help. And so the enemy will keep us trapped in darkness in a sense. And they said one of the most powerful steps that you can take on your journey toward really conquering the sexual sin or getting on a path of freedom, of even battling this sin, is to bring it into the light. And when they said that, in my heart, I was thinking, I can't tell anyone about my struggle with masturbation, all these lustful thoughts I have in my mind. Like, I'm way too ashamed to ever speak these words out loud.
Where is this in the Bible? I want to know where this is in the Bible. There are like medical reasons for some people, not everybody, and you don't have to have a medical reason to masturbate, but like there are actual reasons why some people do it. And again, it just, where is this in the Bible? What are you like, where are you getting this perspective from? How are you backing it up? Like, like, someone would ask me, well, Liz, how are you backing her up? I'm not trying to convince anybody about their sexuality or their sex life or any of that sort. So I don't have to prove anything because I'm not here to force you to think a certain way. Half of the time, I just want people to think for themselves anyway. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life, which is why I'm so hesitant to talk about this topic or any topic, really. But especially this topic of sexuality and religion, because when it comes to Christianity, outside of a few things, a lot of other things are a bit gray and we just don't know. And it's to each his own and your own conviction, and it should be kept that way. We should not have people like this trying to tell you whether or not you should do this or that. It is for you to decide. You go do your research. You go read people who are actually experts in this and tell you whether it is healthy or not for your body or spirituality or whatever. You go do the research. Do not listen to someone like this who is clearly not an expert in any way, shape, or form. Okay? That's all I have to say. I'm not watching this anymore. It's disgusting. There. Okay. There's this book. I haven't read it yet, but this is the book I was talking about. I was kind of hoping to go like right to the website, but this is fine. I'll go to Amazon. It's called The Great Sex Rescue: The Lies You've Been Taught and How to Recover What God Intended. What if it's not your fault that sex is bad in your marriage? This is what I'm saying. Like, when you repress sexuality and when you guilt trip people who are exploring their sexuality, if you tell them to repress that, to guilt trip them, whatever, guarantee you their sex not gonna be great. Okay? Also, they're gonna be so confused. Also, they might even be angry that they listened to you once they actually come to a healthier understanding of their sexuality, whatever. Anyway, I don't know much about this, but I do remember seeing a lot of news about it recently on social media, whatever. And yeah, it'll hopefully, maybe, I don't know, help you not be so confused about sexuality, religion, whatever. I don't know. I'm not here to tell people how to, live their life, whatever. I am just here to say that I am tired of Girl Defined. Anyone who ever watches them, I hope they stop. I hope they don't do too much damage to the next generation. Christian or not, really, just girls in general. I don't think it's their right to have to talk about really anything, Christian sexuality, philosophy, because they haven't done enough research, obviously. You can tell from most of the advice that they give you that it is so fluff. It's so fluff. It's so abstract. They're just speaking from experience. There's no factual nothing. And even if maybe you can't come up with something factual or be an expert in it, you could at least give something more practical than, well, God, Bible, don't do that. I get it. Ha ha ha, we're so funny. Starbucks, whatever. I don't know. I think it's very sad. This does not help people when it comes to Christianity. It just confuses people. It makes us a laughing stock, which I don't blame them. I'm laughing too. I'm laughing with Cody Co. This is just oof. It's a big fat oof. I don't even know if I'll be able to edit this stream because I don't know if I said anything funny. I think I was more just in a state of the Twilight Zone. And I'm surprised I'm still here right now. I'm surprised I didn't jump out that window and that window because oof. Well, that's probably all I have to really say. I can't believe the channel still exists. It just shows you that no matter how harmful or how whatever you do, like, someone will find it helpful. Someone will find it useful. Someone will think it's okay, even if they don't know any better. And I feel bad for those people. I was there, you know, struggling with sexuality, identity, faith. I still struggle with faith. It's definitely not something you should be getting answers from a YouTube person. YouTube should be for entertainment. It should be for education for people who actually have expertise in studying and what they're teaching you and educating you on. And I don't think Girl Defined counts as that when it comes to theology, philosophy, sexuality, or anything in between that. So that's all I have to say. I'm just talking in a circle now. Hopefully I'll do a stream next Saturday, I think, or Friday or Saturday, give or take. I'm gonna try to do it once a week. I'll try to edit this video at some point during the month to upload on my YouTube channel. Yeah. That's all I have to say. I don't know. If you want to support my subscribe star, whatever, I either will upload this stream, like the archive of it, because Twitch only keeps the stream for like, I think like a day. Well, not a day. I think it's like a few days, maybe a week, 2 weeks. But then it gets rid of it, but then I can download it. So I might re-upload it either to my Discord, which you can join. I don't remember if I added my Discord to my Twitch panel. I'll add it if I didn't by tomorrow. So on my Discord, you can rewatch this if you ever wanted to, or if you missed the beginning parts and you wanted to rewatch it, you can. Yeah. Subscribe, Scott. I can't even say it. I feel bad for even asking for support. Anyway, if you want to follow me on social media, you can follow me at Liz Levi on Twitter or Instagram. I'm trying to get into modeling. Wish me luck. I have a poetry book. Info is also on my Twitch. Very proud of it. It also has merch, like I said, that's a lot nicer than Girl Defined, who will charge you the same amount I charge you, but with cheap font and a stupid catchphrase. So, who's the real godly one? The one with effort or the one with slothness? I think not. Exactly. I'm the godly one in the end. I reign supreme. Let's go. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for all your comments. I was reading them even if I didn't say them out loud. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate every single person that follows me, that watches me, that comments. Thank you to the new followers. Welcome. This is me. I am crazy. I am chaotic. I am a savage. I am a tiger. I am a queen. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, thank you so much for chilling with me, guys. I've missed you guys. I'm glad to be back, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. So, until next time, I guess stay savage, and bye. Love you.
and suddenly somehow was kiss me. Was kiss me. He kissed me, and suddenly somehow